you shouldn't just put yourself in echo chambers, you know?
Right.
Like, you should... Because, like, he was like, when I read the news, he reads both papers.
Yeah.
And so awesome. I was like, okay, like, that's a really great idea. So you can, like, actually get an accurate view of the information and make your own decisions instead of having someone tell you what it is, you know?
Right.
So...
That's smart.
Yeah, no. It's critical thinking at its finest. Right. And I'm like, okay, yeah. You guys are definitely wrong. You guys are definitely right. Yada, yada.
Right.
So... well, we had a whole section on spiritual gifts, and I agree with that. I feel like, yes, people do have certain, like, talents and stuff. Like, okay, they're more adept at these kind of biblical, like, actions, I guess, like serving, evangelizing, yada. But I feel like then they start talking about speaking in tongues, interpreting tongues, whatever, convulsions, like, they start going into, like, the bonker territory, and I'm like... I guess I would be part of the, like, cessation group. It's this idea that, like, if a face becomes more inhuman, it starts looking a little weird, and then eventually gets so weird that you're like, that's not a person, obviously. And then there's, okay, here's what, this is a person, this is definitely not a person, but there's this valley where our minds are most confused, and we're like... This isn't a person, but it also kind of is.
How'd you like to be that guy in the valley? They don't even know if I'm human.
Yeah. But it's like this weird sort of like almost primal thing where we're like, oh, like that looks off. I played D&D for a while. Okay. And a lot of people really hate on that because you know there was the whole satanic panic.
Right.
So I mean, I played that for a while, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I like had, I don't know, it was like one of their pre-written adventures, and it was all about, we go to hell, and that's like an adventure, and it's like, okay, we are talking about all that stuff, but no one's out here getting out a salt summoning circle. Right. And, like, we're not sacrificing our group members. We barely have any. Like, right.
Hello there. Thank you so much for finding your way into the presence of another episode of the only podcast that tastes better than Mom's Chicken Noodle Soup, the Why Can't We Talk About That podcast. Of all of the bozillion podcasts out there, you have chosen, at least for now, to listen to this one, and for that, I am very, very happy. Before getting to the discussion, I just want to remind you that you can reach me by sending me an email to whycan'twetalkaboutthat@proton.me. And please do. I would love to hear from you. If you know anyone who wants to be a guest on this show, please let me know. And finally, I really need your help to spread the word about this podcast. Because of all the shadow banning savages and my lack of technological abilities, my reach can only go so far. So please tell everyone that you know. I appreciate it. Thanks. For today's episode, I sat down with Austin Woolsey, a mathematics major at Cal Poly, who likes to spend time with friends and family whenever he might have a spare moment. I had never met Austin before the recording of this episode, but shortly into our discussion, he dropped some information about a decades-old connection that we have, and it kind of blew my mind a bit. My friend Leah, who did an episode with me back in episode 12 of this season, is the one who connected me with Austin, so thanks to her for that. This is the final episode of 2025. As we start the new year, I know that many of you are going to do that whole resolution thing, that if you're honest with yourself, you probably aren't going to fulfill. So, why not pick an easier resolution, like listening to more episodes of this show, and making it your personal goal to tell at least 6,000 people a day that this podcast exists. Happy New Year to you. Be safe tonight, and enjoy this conversation. And then I found out, like, later, after the fact, that I guess orange cats are jerks.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever heard that before?
I have an orange cat at home, and, like, I will leave my chair abandoned to go do something, come back, she's already sitting in it.
Okay.
Like, get out. Like,
yeah. Well, like this one, like, so I have an older, so that's our old cat. She's old, she's terrible, she's the worst cat I ever had. She's awful. Good thing she can't speak English, so she'd feel pretty bad, but.
Oh, yeah.
She's like 13, she's old, but she's never been a good cat.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also have the greatest cat I've ever had. It's around here somewhere. He's the male, the other male. This guy just goes at him all the time. Like, just drives him nuts. Like, he'll be walking by and this little orange guy will jump on him and start biting his neck, and it's like, dude, what are you doing? Even when the older cat, like, you know, bats him off and fights him and all that, he just doesn't get it. He's not learning. So I don't know if he's ever gonna come around. But.
And yeah, we have a lot of cloth furniture at my house, like these nice chairs my mom just got for our new table.
Yeah,
and we keep hearing scratching coming from like when we're in the other room, and we're like, it's the same cat. She gets on top of the chair and just scratches.
Is
on
it the orange one?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's the orange one.
Why? Isn't that weird?
I know, right?
It almost sounds racist to be like, all orange cats are this or whatever. You know, it's like, no, you can't stereotype, but I guess it's a thing. I've had one other orange cat my whole life, and he was awesome. He was totally chill. But, I mean, that was 30-something years ago, so, I mean, that's been a long time. But, yeah, this is my younger daughter. She I just want a little cute little orange cat. So we got our cute little orange cat, and then he turned out to be a terror. So, we'll see. He's all right. He's not as bad as that one. No. She's terrible. She's the worst. Look at, she knows it too. She's like, yeah, I know I'm terrible. This is kind of, I don't know if you've listened to any of these or not.
I listened to, so I'm sure you're aware, Leah invited me to this.
Yes. Okay, yeah, cool. You know, Leah's awesome.
Yes, yeah, I work with her and go to church with her. So,
yeah. Very cool. Yeah. You're the second person she sent my way.
Oh, cool.
So she's out there recruiting for him, man. It's awesome. It's like,
I know. Yes. I'm trying to think of people I know. I'm like, I wonder if
for sure. Picks. Please do, because I've always said this show will continue to go on as long as I'm still alive and as long as we have guests. If the guests dry up, I don't have a show. You know, I'm just going to sit here and talk to myself. So, if you know anybody that wants to do it or it'd be a good guest, so just send them my way. And okay, so how are we going to start this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I got I asked 3 questions.
Right.
That are going to just start it off, and these are going to be about the 3 topics. They're quick answers. I'll let you flesh them out later. Okay.
Okay.
So. The first one is, if you had to choose just one genre of music for the rest of your life, what would it be? If you had to pick one.
If I had to pick one.
I know that's a hard question.
I know. See, okay, because, I mean, I guess I'll flesh it out later.
Yeah, I'll give you time, I promise.
Yeah. If I had to do just one,
okay.
I'd probably go with, like, 80s classic rock.
Really?
Yes, that is...
Interesting.
That is probably one of my 2 big genres right now.
And how old are you?
I am 21.
That is nuts, dude. For a 21-year-old to say 80s classic rock, that means your parents raised you properly. Is what that means. That's what that tells me. I don't know. And politically, do you lean more right or left?
A little more right. I'm a little more moderate than some of the right-leaning people I know, but not...
You weren't like storming the Capitol on January 6th or anything?
No, I'm not that crazy. No. I have a fur hat, but not like that.
Okay.
Not like that guy.
Not that. Not with horns on it.
No.
Okay, cool. So you're kind of mid-right in a sense?
Yeah,
okay.
I think
Center right. In one word, describe your spiritual beliefs.
Christian.
Okay, that's simple. That's an easy one, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, cool. Well, since I don't really know anything about you other than that you know Leah and you work at Chick-Fil-A, kind of just give me a rundown of your 21 years, man. Your ripe old age of 21. You know?
I guess I should roll it back to even before I was born. Do you remember Stephanie Flynn?
Yes.
Yes? Oh, cool. That's my mom.
Shut up.
No way.
No way, dude.
Yeah.
And she had the twin brothers?
Yeah. Yep, those are my uncles.
Dude, I used to live across the street from them on Drake.
Yeah. I think you may have lived across the street from my great-grandma. Yeah, they lived on Majestic.
They were on, yes, and then, right, but they lived there for a while, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Shut up. That's, okay, so where do you fall in line there?
What do you mean?
Like, how many kids does she have?
2. It's just me and my younger sister.
Okay, so you're the oldest.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, you just totally, that was weird. I wasn't expecting that at all. Now I'm like reeling. Like,
I know, because my mom listens to a bunch of podcasts. She listens to a lot of true crime. And I was like, hey, I'm going to be on a podcast.
Yeah.
And she's all, what is it? And I'm like, she's just going to go watch it.
Okay.
And I was like, oh yeah. And she was all, who hosts this? And I was like, oh, Ryan Hester. And she was all, I know that guy. And I was like, dude, oh, cool.
That's a trip. Yeah, I haven't talked to her in probably, dang, dude, like 20 years probably.
Yeah, I mean, she used to babysit your cousins, right?
Something like that.
She was telling me,
Yes, that would make sense. And I know that, what are they, Danny and David?
Danny and David, yes.
Okay, so I know my younger cousin was friends with them.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
I think they all did sports together and stuff. But Stephanie is closer to my age. I think she's maybe a little younger. What year did she graduate high school? Do you know?
Ooh.
95, 96, 97?
I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know she was born. Well, no, I'm not going to say.
Yeah.
I'm not letting anyone do the math.
Yeah, I feel like she might have been a grade below me, but we might have been the same grade.
Okay.
But yeah, dude, what a trip.
Yeah.
So usually when someone says, "Do you know so and so?" It's like, "Oh yeah, we're friends or we work together, whatever." You're like, "That's my mom."
Yeah.
It's like, wait, what? Oh, that's cool, man. Well, tell her I said, "Oh, I'm sure she can listen to this." So, hi, Stephanie, how's it going?
Yeah.
That's really cool. Okay, so were you born in this area then? Have you lived here your whole life?
I mean, yeah, technically I was born in Bakersfield, but I've lived most of my life here. You had mentioned on your episode with Leah that you went to church in Sisquoc.
Yes.
That's where I live.
In Sisquoc?
In Sisquoc.
Still now?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. What, like where? Like, there's not a whole lot of streets out there.
I mean, yeah. The main street's Fox and Canyon.
Okay.
We live, so like you kind of, I forget what that other street is right there.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's probably yelling at me for that one. But if you hang a left, we're on like that long little stretch of houses.
Okay. Is that where the church is?
No, it's on the front. It's like on the edge of the neighborhood.
Okay. Because the church I went to is like right where that bridge is. You know where that bridge? Okay.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
That's like right. It looks like a house, the church I went to.
Right.
Because it kind of is. I mean, the pastor and his wife live there and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we've been, that was a long time ago. That was back in, so we started at Calvary Chapel. Mm-hmm. Just give you kind of a brief. I didn't grow up in the church or nothing. I got saved when I was 24. And then we went to Calvary Chapel, Santa Maria. We're there about 5 years. Then we went out to the church in Sisquoc. Right. Because the teacher out there was a teacher of Greek. And I started learning Greek because I was like, I got to get some answers and all this stuff. And then found out he pastored a church. So we ended up out there. We were out there for like 12 years. And then we left there and we were at Harbor, which was on Foster.
Okay, not familiar with
that
one.
it's called something else now. It's like right next to the Yo-Yo or the Boys and Girls Club place right there on Foster. Kind of down the street from Rigetti. And so we went there 5 years, and now we're actually back at Calvary. So, cool. So it's been a good probably 8 or 9 years since I've been out at the Sisquoc church. But yeah. And so you go to church with Leah. I don't remember what church she goes to.
I don't know how recently she switched.
Okay.
But for about a year now, I've been going to Harvest in AG.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that like Greg Laurie related or like Harvest Crusades?
Oh, I'm not sure. I think we're independent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just the name similar.
I mean, I know we partner with people, but I don't think we have like a like bigger group we apply to or something.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right, man.
Maybe you're wrong. I don't know.
Yeah. So, did you go to school around here then? Did you go to? Yeah,
I went to Valley Christian Academy.
Okay.
My dad used to go there, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I know your dad? Is he your mom's age?
I mean, yeah, he's only a year older. His name is James Woolsey.
James Woolsey.
He went to Rigetti for high school.
He did?
Yes.
Okay. So I probably...
actually, for 1 year he went to Rigetti.
Okay. I bet you I probably know him by face then. I'm going to look him up later and see like, oh yeah, I do remember that guy.
Okay, yeah.
Because I'm terrible with names, but really good with faces.
Okay.
And I've lived here my whole life, and that's why I can't really go anywhere without knowing somebody somewhere. You know, or at least thinking, I know that guy from somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. So you went to VCA, graduated what year?
22.
22.
So
okay.
I got to go through the whole pandemic shuffle. So
Ooh-wee.
Yep,
that's terrible, man.
it.
Did you get to graduate though on stage and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah. Once the time it got to that year, we were already completely phased. Everything was completely phased out.
Okay,
so
that's cool. Yeah, because I think my son, he graduated in 2020.
Okay.
So that was that was terrible.
That's
dude.
rough. I know. My girlfriend graduated in 2020.
Oh,
so
really?
She got to deal with all that.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How long you guys been together?
A year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty serious, huh? Mm-hmm. All right, dude.
Yeah.
So then how long you been working at Chick-Fil-A?
About a year and 3 months, actually.
Okay.
Like, my girlfriend was the one who pushed me.
Oh, okay.
She was like, because she really loves Chick-fil-A. And she was
yeah.
You should go work there because she thought I would get a discount.
Okay.
I don't get a discount.
No.
So, I mean, you talk to Leah, but.
Yeah.
I don't
you ever meet somebody that doesn't like Chick-fil-A? That I unfriend them right then. I'm like, I can't trust you. If you don't like Chick-fil-A, you have no taste at all, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's why I was tripping when Leah said she doesn't like the Chick-fil-A sauce. I was like, what?
Yeah. I know. What? I'm like.
We buy that by the 40-ounce bottle, man.
I know. Like, you got to stock for that.
Yeah.
It's like it's in the doomsday prep cabinet, you know?
Right.
Like,
Yes. We put it on. My son, he puts it on everything. Mm-hmm. He loves that stuff. But okay, you like working over there? Good stuff? Fun times?
It's been one of my favorite jobs. Okay. So.
Do they? Okay, I know I asked Leah this too, but I don't know if she told me the truth. I'm sure she did. 'Cause I'm not saying she's dishonest, but it was just shocking to me that do you have to say my pleasure? Do they actually teach you this in the training?
They do teach us in the training to say my pleasure.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of exactly my experience. I know one of our, so they have this thing that they call the Core 4, which is like our basis for our hospitality system, like our guidelines basically. And one of the Core 4 is always say my pleasure.
Okay.
So
the Core 4.
Yeah.
What are the other 3?
Share a smile with the guest.
Okay.
Speak in a friendly tone, and I believe eye contact is the 4th.
Okay.
So.
And if you fail at any of those, you're fired on the spot? Because you said share a friendly smile. Like, what if they don't smile back? You're not really sharing a smile.
Yeah, we're not in control of the guests, so I mean, no manager will fault you for that. If some guy's just having a bad day, it is what it is. But you try your best.
Yeah. Okay. What kind of stuff do you have future wise? Do you hope to? Yeah.
So I'm at Cal Poly right now.
Okay.
About to start in a week, which
sucks.
It's really bad because it's my senior year, so I'm excited to graduate soon. But I have 2 quarters left, and they're back to back practically because all we have in between is spring break.
Okay.
And it's just a week, so it's like 10 weeks of school, your final week, a week. And then you're straight back into another quarter. And it's kind of brutal. I went through it last year. I was like, this is a lot of schooling all in one bunch.
Yeah.
But
someday it'll all be worth it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
What are you going for? Do you know?
Math major.
Ooh.
Yeah.
On purpose?
Uh-huh.
Why?
Absolutely.
You like math?
Absolutely.
Wow, dude. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. I don't know how people like you get made, dude. I don't understand. I mean, I'm glad they're out there. Trust me. I'm glad there are people like you. But I hate math. I hate it. I've always been that way.
Yeah, it's commonly talked about amongst like other math majors. It's like there's 2 responses. It's like, are you going to be a teacher? I hate math.
Yeah,
that's the only response I get when it's like, oh, I'm a math major.
Well, because what else could you do with a math major?
So the nice thing about it is it's very versatile since like math is such a foundational building block for so many other things.
Right.
One of the, like my dad works at Pidgin, and they have an estimator job there, and it kind of like I haven't looked into it exactly, so I'm not exactly sure what they do, but it uses a whole lot of math. Okay. So I'm like, oh cool, that's me.
Okay.
So it's to help out some of the crews who are like out there working on power lines. So
okay. So you feel like it's diverse. Like with a math degree, you can go lots of places with it. Yeah, and
like there's some guy who was telling us, I mean, he kind of technically he was a math major, but he technically also got like a computer science master, but he works on cancer research.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, he's in a group, so it's not just him, but like they're like working on a program that can help detect cancer cells. Wow. I forget exactly which cancer he said it was.
Like early on kind of thing, so you can catch it early? Is that
I think so, is the idea. It's like a screener almost, and it can just like, oh, hey, this blood cell, I think it was blood, I want to say.
Okay.
It was like, okay, we have this blood sample, these cells are cancerous.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Wow. Okay. So what, do you know is that what you want to do? Do you know what you want to do with it, or are you still kind of like, I'm not sure yet?
I'm here for whatever, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, if someone's willing to hire me for something cool, I'm excited. I'm like, all right, cool. If I'm doing math and I can afford bills, I'm happy.
Yeah.
So
I have a friend that's a calculus professor at I think he's at Hancock. I tell him the same thing. I'm like, dude, what? Like, really? Like, calculus? It's hard enough. I mean, the fact that you can even know calculus, let alone teach other people, it's mind-boggling to me. But again, that's my brain. Like, I will write essays for days. You give me a topic, I will write 4 million word essay for you, no problem. I love writing. I love pouring my thoughts. I love critical thinking. I love all that kind of stuff. Math, but I've noticed that it's like people are like one or the other, generally speaking.
I feel like, yes.
So like growing up, were you always like, when you had an essay to write, were you like dreading it, but you're like, oh, give me the calculus.
I mean, I kind of got over that in high school because I had an AP. I don't know why, but I guess I took all the AP classes that we had. We didn't have a huge selection.
Yeah, we would not have known each other in high school then, because I was not in any of those classes. I was in whatever the opposite of that is. I was in the barely getting by classes, so, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. It was, we did, it was AP English was I took 2. I didn't really pass the first one.
Okay.
But I passed the second one, which is the one that mattered for me. It got me the college credit, so I'm okay with it.
There you go.
We wrote an essay pretty much every single day of class.
What?
Yes.
That's unheard of.
Oh, it was insane.
Wowzers.
We did have days where it was like, okay, we're doing this thing, or here's a little writing activity, but most of the time it was like,
here's a prompt from an AP exam, write an essay.
Oh, yeah.
It was rough.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So do you enjoy, like, now, do you, like, if you had to write something, do you like to write stuff or no? I'm just trying to see if your brain is like math brain only, or...
I don't like it as much, but I will do it. And I've had a few people tell me it's like decent. So I'm like, okay, I'm not horrible at it.
Yeah.
So I don't like it. Like, I had to do, it was weird. I had a math class last quarter. I had to do a presentation for my final.
Oof.
Yeah. And I was like, and it's not quite writing, but it's almost there.
You mean like speaking in front of the class? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's way worse.
Yeah.
That's way worse.
I know. It was like, I talked about manifolds, and it was like this whole thing, and I'm like, I barely even know what I'm saying, and you just gotta sound like you do, right? Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I got like a B on that, and I'm like, okay, I'm taking that. I'm going. Yeah. I'll take it.
I went back to Hancock probably 10 years ago to get my AA. Mm-hmm. Because I hadn't, just in general.
Just general.
Yeah. I mean, we're in, not general, what do they call it? What's the one?
The, like, certificate or something?
No, it's not. It's your degree. It's in liberal arts.
Oh,
yeah. It's kind of like the overall, just like, we don't really know what degree you want, so we're just going to give you this one. So I just kind of went back when I was older. I was the old guy in class. It was kind of like, all these young, just fresh out of high school kids in here, But I had to take speech. Dude, I don't speech. I don't. And I say it to people, and they're like, well, dude, you do a podcast. I'm like, yeah, this is me and one person talking in my living room over at my house. Like, this is good. Like, I can do this all day. I love this. But you're asking me to stand in front of a group of people I barely know and talk about stuff like that I don't even really want to be talking about. Like, it's gnarly, dude. So I took group speech.
Okay.
Which meant, you could get up, you had a group of like 4 or 5 people. And so we got up to give the presentation together, and we had to do a few different ones. Dude, even then I was clamming up.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing. I thought it was going to be so much easier, and I was just like, oh, my gosh, there's people looking at me. Like, I don't know, it just goes back to, like, high school and elementary. I've never been good at, like, book reports. When you had to do an oral book report in front of the class and stuff, oh, that was the worst.
Yeah.
That was the worst. So, how do you do that? You just, public speaking, you're okay with that?
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not great. I feel like, I don't know. I just kind of...
Yeah. Did you ever hear the Jerry Seinfeld where he talks about that? He says the number one fear in America is public speaking, and he says number two fear is death. He says that means if you're at a funeral, you'd rather be in the casket than doing the eulogy. It's like, yep, that's me. That is totally me. Do you want to stay local? Have you been trying to get out of Santa Maria your whole life? Or
No, I'm not. There's a lot of people who are like, I want to leave as soon as possible, and I'm like, this is home.
Yeah.
I would love to stay here if like I'm young enough where I'm like, if they're like, hey, we want you in Alabama.
Yeah, you'd go for it.
Sure, and like,
okay. Yeah, I tried to get out for years, man, and I just kept ending up back here and back here and back here. And now finally, like at 47, now I'm like, okay.
Yep.
That's all right. It's home. Like you just said, like it's home. But the fact that you're 21 and you're saying that is kind of like, wow, dude, that's good.
Yeah.
And you're happy where you're at, man.
Yeah, I mean, like this, grown up here my whole life, so I'm just like, this is pretty much, not that I don't want to see the rest of the world. I do want to adventure out there, but like, I'm content settling here.
Okay. Have you traveled at all?
Yeah.
Where have you been?
I went to, I guess chronologically, I've been to a few of our states. Mm-hmm. Most of it has been in like, the path to and from Colorado. We have family over there, my dad's side. Okay. So we travel over there pretty frequently.
You guys drive or fly?
We drive.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a long drive. Yeah. But both of my parents would just rotate, and we would just like.
I love road trips, dude. It's so fun. You stop at places, and like I have a cousin lives up in Washington State, so nice. we take that trip all the time. Okay, cool. We love driving up through like the redwoods and like the stopping
It's so
off.
pretty up there.
Yeah, dude, it's nice. You stop off all the little weird stands with the Bigfoot and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and it's so cool. It's a blast.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. I actually got to do a road trip with my aunt over in Colorado, and we went and hit like Hoover Dam, the not Washington Monument, the why am I blanking on it right now? With all the presidents,
Mount Rushmore.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Got to see that. It's pretty cool at night. Actually, they light it up.
Okay.
So
I've never been there.
Oh,
I just have never been. I've been barely, like in the last 5 years, we've gone east.
Okay.
For the first time in my life.
Okay. And we drove to Tennessee, and we drove all through Texas.
Pretty...
My wife's family was living in Texas for a while, so we'd drive there. We drive to Tennessee and got to see all of it. But I've still yet to go up in the northern part.
Yeah.
Never been to New York or any of New England up there.
York,
yeah, me too. So someday, man.
Yeah, so, I mean, that was really nice. But as far as out of country, I went to Mexico for a little bit. It was like a nice little family vacation.
You guys drive there?
No. We flew that one. It was like, nah, this is going to be insane driving all the way up there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, nope, we're fine.
What part of Mexico did you go to?
Cabo San Lucas.
Oh, I was there.
Oh, nice.
Like just recently, like 3 weeks ago was my first ever cruise.
Oh, nice.
And my first ever time out of the country. So we went, we did Cabo and Mazatlan and Puerto Vallarta.
Oh my goodness, my girlfriend actually did a cruise about a year ago, and it was those
oh, really? Was it Princess? Princess Cruise Lines?
I can't remember off the top of my head. I'd probably have to ask her.
Yeah.
But that's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah, it was a blast, dude. I had a blast. Good. I was worried because I can't swim, so I kind of have a fear of water.
Okay.
And I am scared of heights. So it's like this 19-story cruise ship that you're putting me on, and there's water all around you. I'm like,
and
I thought I was going to flip. Yeah, I did, but I did great. I thought it was awesome. It was a blast. So now we're like, all right, every year we're going to go on a cruise. But yeah, it was great. So what did you guys just went just to sightsee, or was it like a?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty much just to like do something different. And
okay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we spent the majority of the time on our resort that we were on, but it was very relaxing. So I did enjoy it. We did some horseback riding on the beach. That was really cool.
Nice.
We visited a couple like restaurants that were like more in town.
Mm-hmm.
We went scuba diving. Although,
no way.
My parents can attest to I did not enjoy that. I don't know why, but I was just freaked out, and I was.
I know why.
Yeah,
I would have been freaked out too.
Yeah, well, and then they tell us after the fact. Oh yeah, I think this is like shark capital of the world. By the way.
Oh my gosh.
Well, thanks for telling us after we're on the boat.
I cannot think of a worse way to die than shark.
Exactly.
Seriously, that's got to be the worst.
And like, if the shark doesn't kill you, then the water will.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
Like,
right. See, that's double whammy. I'm already in there. I can't swim. I'm always scared of drowning, and then you got this big toothed animal coming after me.
Yeah. I mean, I hear they're not as crazy as like Jaws would lead you to believe, but like still.
Dude, no way.
So
you went scuba diving or snorkeling?
Sorry, snorkeling.
Snorkeling. Okay.
We did not go scuba diving.
Okay.
Sorry.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no, we like got off the boat and we kind of went on the beach, and then people were kind of like walking in the beach, and I was like, nah, I'm good. I like sat on the beach. I wish I would have gone and done more, but like at the moment I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, because we talked about snorkeling, and I know maybe if we get to Hawaii someday, my wife wants to snorkel. My wife is way more adventurous than I am, which is good because it pushes me to do things sometimes, like going on a cruise that I don't think I'm going to like, and then I had a blast. So I'm glad that she pushes me into those things, but gently pushes me into those things. If you're listening to this, honey. But, and I thought I could probably do snorkeling. I mean, not if they told me this is shark-infested waters beforehand. No way. I'm not going anywhere near that.
Oh, no, yeah.
But just like kind of just putting your head in there and just kind of looking around and stuff. Yeah. Scuba diving, there's no way in a million years I'm doing that. There's no amount of money you could pay me to do that.
Okay, I don't know. Part of me wants to just give it a shot someday. Yeah. I don't know if I ever will, but like part of me just wants to just like in clear waters, just like throw myself in there and just look around.
Yeah. I'm already starting to get a little bit of a panic attack thinking that. That's just no way, dude. There's no way. I can't even watch people on TV doing it. Like, you ever see those videos where they get in I guess they're purposely go looking for sharks, but they get in that shark tank thing.
Oh, yeah,
and
like
they put them down in there.
Oh.
Yeah, dude, and they're just down there and the sharks are attacking the thing. I'm like, I would just die right there. Heart attack. I'd be gone. Game over. Terrible. Oh, man.
I know. I heard about this one. There's this octopus that lives, or actually it might be a squid. It lives near Mexico, and it like frequently attacks divers. They're wearing like chainmail suits to like go around, and it's like, I think they call it, I forget exactly what it is in Spanish, but they call it like Red Devil because it's just like, it's so aggressive.
Yeah.
And it just like walks around and it's just like opening and it's just trying to like mess with people.
It's because we're not supposed to be out there, dude.
No,
that's why.
We're not acclimated.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not trying to keep quoting Jerry Seinfeld, but he also says that's what surfing is. He's like, that's just humans trying to get in the water, and the ocean just keeps throwing us back out again.
Yep.
We're not supposed to be in the ocean, man. I'm telling you, there's a reason why I'm scared of it. It's just not going to happen. Cool, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some music talk, dude. Are you a music guy or no?
Yeah. Okay. I do have stints where I don't listen to as much music, or stints where I listen to a bunch of music. I kind of ebb and flow like that. I find myself.
Sure. But like what? So since you're younger than me, like way younger than me, you're probably gonna, but you said 80s classic rock. So so I guess take me back to the beginning of the first music that you enjoyed.
Okay, the first musical, like we listened to it on the radio a lot growing up. Not as much anymore. I switched over to streaming services just because I felt like radio's a bit repetitive, even though I kind of feel like I'm a little repetitive with my streaming mix, but whatever. The first song I remember liking was Hotel California by Nicholas.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
So that was probably, it's still a favorite of mine, and not a favorite band because that's pretty much their only song I listen to.
Okay.
But
you should expand that, dude.
I'm
telling you, they have a lot of great songs.
Okay.
Yeah, they're great. They're one of those bands that has so many hits that have been on like the radio and like, so if I were you, I'd just pick up their greatest hits album, listen to like those 20 songs. I bet you like them.
All right.
Yeah, that's your recommendation for you.
Perfect.
If you like Hotel California, I think you'll like the rest of them.
It's very, I really like that.
Okay. And who showed that to you? Like your parents?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just what was on the radio.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is a good song. I like this song.
Okay. So that must have been like a retro station that they were listening to because even when you were a kid, you were born in what, 2004?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was not like that song was common. That song came out in like the 70s. So had to have been of like a classic kind of station. So very cool.
So yeah, that's what, like, I have like one giant playlist on my phone, and it's like just all the music I like, and it's a big portion of the catalog is that. Okay. Yeah, it's just a whole bunch of rock.
Like old rock like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, usually around 70s, 80s, a little bit of 90s. It's usually where it sits.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. I mean, it really is because of your age.
Yeah.
Because usually people tend to sit wherever kind of the prime life, like when it's usually like in high school. You know, late, like 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, whatever the songs are at that time is generally where people fall as far as their favorite style. Like I would say, and I've said many times on the show before, I think 1991 is the greatest musical year of all time.
Interesting.
That's my belief, but I was in like 8th grade in 91. So that was a prime time in life for me. I was young, I was growing up, all these things were happening in my life. Puberty, girls, relationships, friends, all this stuff's happening, and this music is playing all around me, right? And I've always been really into music. Yeah. But I was like, all this stuff's going, oh man, this new stuff's coming out, to where I've had people on your age would usually be like, oh, like the 2010s or the, or 2013 was the best musical year of all time or something, and it's just kind of, and where I have an older person, I have a friend who's in his 70s, and he's always like, no, I'll tell him 91 is the best year. He's like, dude, come on, no way. He's like 1967 or whatever. He'll quote some stuff like that because you got the Beatles and you got the Beach Boys and you got like all this stuff that was coming out back then. Some of that more real classic rock stuff. But so what other bands like that are you into? Like what other?
So Queen, of course. Okay. Can't be remiss without Queen.
No, dude, good stuff. Yeah.
Def Leppard. Okay. A little bit of Prince. Okay.
Trying
to think who else is in here. If I like went and like scrolled through it, I could tell you.
Yeah.
A little bit Twisted Sister, although I don't know where they stand as far as year goes.
They're 70s, I believe. 70s? Yeah, late 70s, I think they started.
Okay, nice. AC/DC.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty. Okay. The big I mean, the stuff you'd hear on the radio is like,
yeah, and those are all similar in genre. So I mean, you know what you like, which is was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Do you have a preference between the two singers from AC/DC? Like which one? Do you like old AC/DC or newer?
Ooh. Probably older.
Older. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I listen to a lot of rock. I listen to a lot of pop too, I feel. So I kind of it's weird. I kind of bounce between the two. Yeah. So it's like, there's this huge gap of time where I just don't listen to any of this music and then I just listen to over here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. See, I don't, that's the second time you said that you have these stints where you don't listen to any music. I don't even, that's foreign to me. I've never had that happen in my entire life. There's always been, it's always for me, like nonstop. Yeah. There's times where I might not listen to certain styles of music for a while. Then I'll go back into something else or, I tend to if something new comes out that I'm all into, I go all in. Okay. And I'm all in, man, for a long time until I kind of burn out. I burn myself out on purpose, right?
I feel like I catch myself doing that too. Like there's just like some stuff where I'm just like, oh yeah, I listen to that like nonstop, and I'm like, okay, I want to listen to something else.
Yeah. But then I'll go back later. Like a good example is 21 Pilots. Mm-hmm. When they first came out, when I was first introduced was on the Vessel album when Guns for Hands came out and all that. Mm-hmm. And I got that, and I was hooked. I listened to that album over and over and over and over and over and over to the point that I got burnt. Well, then they put out Blurry Face, and they put all these other different albums that were coming out after that, and I continued to love all the stuff. Well, I hadn't listened to Vessel in forever because I'd burnt myself out on it. I put it on last night as I'm driving home from work, and I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot how amazing this album is. Like, because I'm always talking about how their newer ones are great too, and they're so good, and there's all this lyrical stuff happening, the story going on, and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't say I forgot about that album, but I just haven't, because I would still tell people that's one of my favorites, but I haven't listened to it in so long to experience it and be like, oh wow, like I just feel it all over my whole body, like just the lyrics and the sound, and it's just, and I had forgotten in a sense, and I was like, man, shame on me, it's like, what am I doing, wasting my time listening to all this other stuff when I could be listening to this, but that's what I did. I burned myself out on it, but then I came back and it's still great. So that's nice. Okay. So what would you say is your, like, do you have like a favorite band of all time?
No.
Okay.
I don't think I could. I don't know. I noticed that it's a pattern in my life. I cannot pick one favorite thing. Like, I think that's just what it is about me. I just, nothing. Okay. There is no like, oh yeah, that is the best, whatever.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why. I just can't ever pick a favorite.
What about pizza place? You gotta have a favorite pizza place.
Klondike's.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. See, you took a stand.
I took a stand. I still like things about other places, but as far as like something like that, it's like I've got so much like good stuff. Mm-hmm. I can't pick a favorite. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I don't think I could pick like a favorite band either. Yeah. I'd have to look at the different genres and be like, okay, in this genre, this is my favorite band, or this genre, this is my favorite band. I can see that. Yeah.
Just because I like everything. Like, there's really no genre I don't like. There's some that I'm not real familiar with.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's some genres I don't like. Like, I don't think I'd listen to Mongolian yodeling. But
no?
Like,
oh, dude, that's the best, man.
Really?
No.
It's like, wow.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I'm sure it is.
Now I got to look it up, man. Mongolian yodeling. Okay.
I don't know. I may be misremembering something, but...
Are you familiar with Jewel, the artist Jewel? She's from the 90s, so you might not know her.
I don't think so. I probably have heard her music at some point in my life.
You Were Meant for Me is one of her. What's the other one? Who Will Save My Soul? She's had a bunch of hits. I'm sure if you heard one of me, you'd be like, oh yeah, I know that song. Okay. But my wife and I saw her last year at Cal Poly, actually. Oh, and she yodels. She can yodel really well, and she always kind of throws it into part of her set. It's usually towards the end. It's like the encore or something. She'll do us a little song where she yodels and stuff. It's really cool. That's one of those things that I think sounds really cool, but I don't know how people do it. You just have to have the knack, I guess.
Yeah, you got to have the right vocal cords. Apparently, I don't know.
Oh my gosh. So besides Mongolian yodeling, what don't you like? Like, give me some other examples of bands and stuff that you just can't stand. Like, comes on, you're like, oh, turn that crap off.
Ugh. Not any that come to mind. I feel like something that bothers me a lot is like when some song is like really overplayed, and that kind of like bothers me. Like, I love Queen, but like I don't like Bohemian Rhapsody anymore. I'm like, it's good. I recognize its musical talent, sure, but I'm like, I don't want to listen to it. I'm good. I'd listen to something else rather.
A lot of people don't even know they have more songs than that.
I know. Like, at least they remember, like, maybe 3, but, like...
Well, because I know for me, like, when I first... And your mom can probably attest to this, too. But, like, I didn't know who Queen was. I had never heard the name Queen until the 90s, whatever year that was, 94, 95, whenever the movie came out, when Wayne's World came out. And there's a whole scene in that. I don't know if you've seen the movie. There's a whole scene where they literally sing the whole song. It comes on the radio, and they turn it on, and they're dancing, and they're singing, and it's the whole thing. Well, that movie put that song out there for a whole new generation, because that song, I think, originally came out in like 75. Yeah. So this is like 20 years after the fact. Okay. And all the kids my age in like high school and stuff are raving about this song. And I remember telling my parents, oh, have you heard this song, Bohemian Rhapsody? They're like, by Queen? And I'm like, yeah, it's a song. They're like, hun, that's not new. That's like 20 years old. That's 20 years old. And I was like, oh, really? And it's like, and it like the Billboard charts, it went to number 1.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's like, and all these kids thought it was like a new song. And it's like, oh, it's so cool, all the different changes, and you got the operatic voices and the singing, and it switches gears like 20 times throughout the whole song, and it was such a cool thing. So that was kind of my foray. But then later, I started to kind of go into their catalog, and as I listened to some of the other songs, I go, oh, I didn't know that was them. Like, I had heard We Will Rock You and, you know, songs like that. Of course, everybody's heard those songs, but I didn't know that was the same band until after the fact. It's like, oh, that's the Bohemian Rhapsody guys? Okay, cool. And then you realize they have all these hits, you know? Yeah. So, very cool.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately for you, most of the bands that you like, you can't really go see live anymore.
No, I feel like the one exception to that, I do like Metallica.
Okay.
I haven't been able to branch out as much as I would hope to. Like, I really want to... I still need to hit some of their bigger hits, honestly. Like Master of Puppets, someone was talking about today, and I'm like,
Yeah, do you know... See, that's another... That's
one, I mean, like...
Yeah, do you know why Master of Puppets got popular, though?
No.
Because of Stranger Things.
Really?
Have you seen the show?
So with the new season coming out, my girlfriend was like, you need to watch it.
Okay.
You need to catch up.
So you're catching up currently?
Yeah, I'm rewatching because I think I dropped off of maybe like season 2 and just never picked it back up.
Okay. So the song Master of Puppets is a big part of season 4.
Okay.
I won't give you more than that. I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's similar to the Bohemian Rhapsody thing where a lot of kids were like, oh, this new band, Metallica.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, no, that song came out in like 83. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like, oh, man. Pretty much all my hits from them that I keep on my playlist are all Black Album.
Yeah.
So it's mostly Black Album, which I mean is good. I
think it's the best one. I know that's not a popular thing to say because that was kind of their sellout album or whatever.
Yeah,
but
I mean, like, as far as like the metalheads go... I don't know if it's that good to them from what I've heard. But
people say that, oh, it's not metal, it's not metal. In fact, I had a guy in the first episode I ever did of this show, we had this discussion. Yeah. So if you want to hear that discussion, you can go back and listen to it. It's pretty funny. He's like, no, it's not metal, it's not. I said, yes, it is. I said, what do you have? You have Nothing Else Matters. Okay, that's a ballad. That's like an acoustic. Yes, more. It's a great song. Yeah, I love that. But the rest of the album, dude, Enter Sandman. That's one of the most metal songs of all time, dude. You got that. I mean, Unforgiven. What else you got there? Wherever I May Roam. Yeah, you got these great songs. Sad but True. Just amazing guitar stuff on that album. And people try to say, oh, that's not. You're just mad because they're on MTV now. Yeah, that's really what it is. I'm like, who cares? They're making great music. Now the next album after that, you're kind of like, oh, what happened?
Oh,
right?
No.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard that one. Load.
No, I don't think so.
It literally was the follow up to the Black Album, and it's much slower. There's some decent songs on there, but I don't know. To me, all the albums up to the Black Album are their best ones, and then after that, you can just kind of touch and go.
Yeah, my parents actually got to see Metallica.
Oh, no way.
Kind of. You remember our old drive-in theater?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I believe they did like a kind of like a virtual show there.
Oh yes. Yeah. I remember that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember my wife was telling me I should go and I didn't go. I should have.
Yeah. They went to that because I want to say it was their farewell tour. They may still be touring, but. It was like
they still do.
They still do. Yeah. Okay. It was like then maybe it was like for one of their new albums, like modern albums.
I think it was. Was it a few years ago?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So I think it was during COVID, which is why they did it in the theater. So like everyone was in their car, but it was still like a virtual concert. Yeah. Kind of.
That's really cool. So they turned you on to Metallica. Your parents did. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Grew up with it, so.
That's cool. And your younger sister is how old?
She's 2 years younger than me. She is 19.
19. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, sorry. She will be 19 pretty soon here. She's 18 right now.
Okay. And is she like the same kind of music as you? Like, did your parents turn her on to that stuff too?
Not really. I feel like I really don't know what she listens to. I haven't paid enough attention, unfortunately. But it's just like because we don't drive together a whole lot. Okay. So are
you guys pretty close though? You think?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We just don't talk about it that much. It just doesn't come up. It's like, well, what do you listen to? Most of the time it's she hates my music and I hate her music, and then we just leave it at that.
Okay, there you go. Well, what would that be?
See,
I was asking what kind of stuff you hate.
I know.
All you gave me was Mongolian yodeling. I don't know.
I don't know. I'd have to actually have her play a few songs, but I don't know. There's just some stuff where I'm just like, I'm not as into it. Yeah. You know, not that I hate it. I guess hate is a little strong for. Yeah. But we do have songs in common where we're like, oh yeah, we can play that song. We both get a kick out of it. Like a lot of the more 2010s, 2020 pop. Like
Okay.
we can both vibe. Both.
Sure. So. Okay, cool. I just got into recently, I know the younger listeners are going to laugh at me, but I recently got into The Weeknd.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm familiar with them. I'm not really a big fan of them, but I'm familiar with them. They do music. Good music, sorry.
That's the new, like, I can't get enough of it for me right now. Like,
Interesting.
and it's kind of weird how I came into it, because I'm not generally into that kind of music. I if it's good, it's good, but we were at Halloween Horror Nights.
The one at...
Universal.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. And he had a maze there.
Oh, cool.
And we're standing outside waiting to get in, and they're playing nothing but his music. And I'm like, dude.
And that's where you picked it up?
Well, and I was like, I kept thinking, man, these are all good. And I kept Shazamming it, like, because I didn't realize it was all going to be him.
Oh, okay.
And every time I Shazammed, it was like The Weeknd. I was like, oh, okay, now we get this. They're literally playing all of his music.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, but I don't know why I didn't put that together. And then so I got home and I got some of this stuff, and I was like, oh, this is really, it's just got a really good, you used the word vibe a minute ago.
I don't know why I used that, but
because you're young. I'm not allowed to use that word, because I'm too old. I use that word around my daughter, and she's like, Dad, you can't talk like that.
The eye rolls and groans.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How about a band? I mean, you may or may not be able to answer this, because not everybody kind of feels this way about music, but is there a certain band or artist, or even a song, maybe if that's easier, that you feel like has changed you, like has influenced your life in a way that was pretty impactful?
Not that I can think of. I've had a few songs that I feel like I relate to.
Okay.
But like not a lot of music that I've been like, oh yeah, I'm like, this is gonna change me right here.
Okay.
But like,
yeah. So like, what do you know some that you say you relate to?
Yeah. So I don't know why, but I've been on a Sabrina Carpenter kick for whatever reason.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I kind of listened to her older album, because her newer albums are a little more like raunchy, I guess.
Yeah. She seems to be getting more and more so with every release.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I liked your older stuff. What happened? But so like I've been listening to that. My girlfriend introduced me to her, and like some of them I'm like, oh yeah, this is like, you know, like she's talking about her relationship problems, and I'm like, I used to have these problems.
Oh, okay.
Like, I connect with this song or whatever. Like, there's this one song, Decode, and it talks about her like obsessing over like every single like, I don't know, text message she'd get or whatever, just like trying to like, I'm trying to put it together, like reading too much into it, right? You know, because it's like, it's just like one of those obsessive relationships or whatever.
Like,
and
why hasn't she responded yet?
Exactly. Like,
she hates me, and she's like, no, I was at work. Give me an hour.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's like, and I used to be a very anxious person like that, and I used to be like that, and I'm like, cool, like this speaks to me. I'm like, Yeah.
So that was like a previous relationship before the girlfriend you have now.
Yes, before.
Which is interesting, because she's the one that turned you on to these songs.
And then I found it after the fact, and I was like, that was neat, like a year and a half ago.
And you're like, look at the song you showed me. It's showing me how glad I am with you, that I'm with you instead of with my previous. See?
Exactly. So it's
awesome.
great. She actually, like, the first night we ever like texted one-on-one, because like, we're in the same church group, and that's how we met. And it's funny, I actually met her through the former relationship, which is pretty funny.
Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't really a relationship.
Wasn't like her best friend or something?
No.
That would suck.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's always a hard situation.
No, they aren't really friends.
Okay.
But she, I don't know, we were like at a party, and that's when we like really hit it off, and then, one of our other mutual friends hits me with a text and was like, hey, my now girlfriend wants your number. And I was like, and she was like, can she have it? And I was like, yeah, like, this ain't even a question. Like, anyone, basically. But, like, yes, of course.
Right.
So, like, that first night, she sends me, like, a Sabrina Carpenter song. And it was, like, that was, like, the real first time I actually listened to her.
Okay. And the rest is history.
Yes.
And you're going to tell that story at your wedding someday.
Probably.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm not real familiar with. So my kids watched Girl Meets World.
Okay, yeah,
So
that's where she grew up too.
Yeah.
She grew up on Disney Channel, so
Okay.
she's really familiar with her.
Yeah, so that was our first Sabrina Carpenter experience or whatever, whatever you want to call it. And I thought she was funny. Her character was funny and quirky, and because I grew up watching Boy Meets World, so it's kind of cool to watch the sequel.
Okay, nice.
I still think the original is way better, but it was still kind of cool.
Does,
and
right?
And Sabrina Carpenter's character was funny and stuff. And then obviously some of her Disney music. And I was like, yeah, she's okay. And I've heard some of the singles that have been coming out. I am a big Taylor Swift fan, so I heard the new album has a song featuring Sabrina Carpenter.
Really?
Yeah, it's the last one on the album. Oh, it's the actual song, "The Life of a Showgirl."
Oh,
yeah, is featuring Sabrina Carpenter, and I don't think she has a good voice. To be honest with you, I just don't. I don't know what it is. I don't listen to her and go, oh man, she's got a great Which, to be fair, I don't feel that way about Taylor Swift either.
Okay.
I don't listen to Taylor Swift and go, oh, what a strong vocalist, right?
Yeah.
I like Taylor Swift because I think she writes good songs.
I feel like the same way about Sabrina.
Okay.
She just really puts effort into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not wow either. But right. I mean, she has better singing than I ever could, so I appreciate that. But
yeah. Okay.
I mean, nothing I don't really feel that about any artist really. It's not something I pay attention to, I guess, as much. Where I'm like,
have you ever heard a vocalist where you're just like, oh my gosh?
Not very often. Every now and then, someone will hit a really high note. I mean, I get. I don't really listen to her, but Mariah Carey can hit those notes. So
some range.
Yeah. So I mean, I do notice stuff like that where it's like, okay, wow, those are some crazy high notes.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
You know who just blew me away was the girl from the Wicked movie. Did you see the Wicked movies? Either one of them?
Yes, I saw both actually. My girlfriend wanted me to go because she's all in the musicals. So.
I like your girlfriend so far. She's got good taste and stuff. So
yeah, I mean, I would bring her, but I mean, you might end up with a 7-hour episode.
Hey, that's fine. Send her over, man. We'll do it. No, but that movie, I was reluctant. I'm not a huge musical movie guy. I don't love musicals, but my wife loves them, and there's a few over the years that she's turned me on to. I was like, oh, that was a great movie. Moulin Rouge is a great movie. There's an old one called Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. Okay. That I love that movie, and it's just. But generally speaking, I don't like musicals. So she's like, oh, I'm gonna go see Wicked. So she took my kids to see the first Wicked movie in the theater, I think while I was doing a podcast, because they'll usually go to a movie while I'm doing that. They're out of town today, but usually they'll go do something like that. Oh, nice. And she comes home, she's like, I think you really like that movie. And I've learned to trust that because she knows what I like and what I don't like. She'll flat out tell me, you won't like that movie. It's totally a chick movie. You just won't like it. Mm-hmm. This one, she said, I think you'll like that. And I went and I saw it a second time because they all wanted to see it again. They liked it so much. Oh, wow. So we went and we saw it again, and I was floored. I was like, this is a great movie. Oh
my gosh. Everyone Deserves a Chance to Fly. Oh, sorry. Defying Gravity. Yeah. That's impressive right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, there was and when we saw the second one, I started. It's funny. I was gonna lean over and tell my wife when this girl, what's her name, Cynthia something.
Cynthia Erivo.
Yes,
I believe.
I think
I'm probably butchering her last name.
It's closer than I would have got. I can only remember the first name, but Elphaba basically.
Yes,
she's singing and in the second one, and I'm like. This woman, when she sings, more than any other singer I've ever experienced, it just pierces right into my soul or something.
Interesting.
It's just there. And I'm getting ready to go over and tell my wife this, and she leans over to me. She goes, I get chills whenever she sings. I go, yes, thank you. I said, I can't think of anyone. And I'm a musical person. I love music. I'm listening to it all the time. All this just different music. It influenced me all these ways. I feel music very strongly. But I've never had that ever. Whoa, what is it about her voice? It's just the most amazing ever. I mean, I don't know what she would sound like in a normal song setting. We were looking her up. I guess she has an album, a pop album, I guess. Yeah, okay. I haven't listened to it, but yeah, it was really, really interesting. So, I'll ask you this, and when we get into the spiritual discussion too. But since you've seen the movie and I've seen the movie, I'm sure you've come across other Christians who are very don't go see that or you're going to be warped by Satan and you're going to get have you talked to or heard people like that before? They're very anti these movies. They think they're
I have gotten a lot of people who are very I do not like anything magic related,
right.
Harry Potter.
Except which one are they okay with?
Which one are they?
Lord of the Rings.
That is true.
Why is that? They're like, we hate Harry Potter, but Lord of the Rings is my favorite movie. I'm like, it's the same thing. You got good versus evil. You got magic. You got all this stuff. What is your problem?
I think the big thing is because I'm blanking on his name, but he is a Christian, so I think that's why they like. No,
Tolkien, the guy that wrote.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
He was a Catholic, but yes, Christian. Yeah.
Right.
Close enough. I mean, Catholics are Christians.
Yeah.
They're not Protestants, but they are Christians. So yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
but isn't that lame? That's lame to me.
Like that's
so,
it.
So they love Narnia and they love Lord of the Rings just because the guy who wrote it. So if J.K. Rowling was a Christian, they'd be like, "Oh, Harry Potter, great."
Yeah, I'm like, that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, is that all it would take? You know?
Maybe, but I mean, that's so shallow to me. It's like obviously, I am anti true, actual dark magic and true occult stuff. Yes, of course I am. Mm-hmm. But is Harry Potter really that?
It's all fictional. No one's out here really trying to, like, I mean, I would hope no one reads a Harry Potter book and is out here trying to cast spells.
Right. Even if they weren't, it wasn't going to work. Those aren't real spells anyway.
Exactly.
It's not like they got those out of the Satanic Bible or something.
Or like got a Necronomicon out or something stupid.
Exactly.
Like,
you know?
I mean, so math major, so I'm kind of a nerd.
Yeah.
I played D&D for a while.
Okay.
And a lot of people really hate on that.
Yes.
Because, you know, there was the whole satanic panic.
Right.
So,
you're going to love season 4 of Stranger Things.
Yeah, I know.
Can't wait for you to get there, dude. You got to hurry up.
I know.
It's my favorite season of all of them. Mm-hmm. But all the things you're saying, it all relates. You're going to love it.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So, I mean, I played that for a while, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I had, I don't know, it was like one of their pre-written adventures, and it was all about, we go to hell, and that's like an adventure, and it's like, okay, we are talking about all that stuff, but no one's out here getting out a salt summoning circle, and like, we're not sacrificing our group members, we barely have any. Like,
right. Yeah, it's just, I have such a hard time with that because I think, and this sounds weird to say, but I think it gives true Christianity a bad name because people look at those wackadoodles who are freaking out over stuff like that, and they're just like, and they think that that's what Christianity is. They think that's Jesus or it's like, no, this is not. You read the Bible, none of that's in there.
Yeah,
you know, I don't get it. You know, so it's just people think, oh, you Christians are crazy. And I go, no. Some people that claim to profess Christianity are crazy.
Yes. I feel like with any group large enough, you got your crazy people. And
of course.
It just happens.
Of course. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, gnarly. Okay, so if you can, give me like a top 5 or so.
Oh, yes. I actually wrote this down.
Okay.
I'm very scatterbrained, and I know that if I don't, I would probably forget.
No, that's fine.
Ooh, this one I hadn't even talked about. I'll go over the ones I have talked about first.
Okay.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Okay.
I mentioned Def Leppard.
Okay.
Oh, this is embarrassing. These two are really big. Foreigner.
Oh, nice.
Small tidbit, that was the first and only concert I've ever been to.
Foreigner.
Yes.
Where was it? Mid-State?
I can't remember exactly where. I want to say it might have been the Santa Maria Fair. But I don't exactly remember.
Oh, Santa Maria Fair. It might have been.
But it was a free concert.
Okay.
And it was like all open access, and that was the only concert I've ever been to. I was a kid.
Did you just see them at the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade?
I did not.
They did Cold as Ice. I think they were on the Frozen float or something.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
I was like, oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
This is what they've been reduced to. No, I love Foreigner. Foreigner's got some great songs.
Yes.
Great songs.
So I really love them.
Yeah.
Journey.
Oh,
Can't
nice.
go wrong with Journey.
Okay.
I got this other one. I didn't get a chance to mention Jamiroquai.
Ooh,
so
that's the oddball in this group you just gave me.
So
I'm not real familiar.
Yeah,
I know like the 2 singles he had back in the day, but
Virtual Insanity. I think you may.
I don't even remember the name of it.
Okay.
I would know if I heard it. I'd be like, oh yeah, I remember that song.
Okay, yeah. I can't remember which one, but I heard there was one that was really big on MTV, and I believe it was Virtual Insanity, and it was like, I don't know. He was in a room and like the furniture moved around. And
okay.
I was like, I don't know.
Oh, now I want to watch it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah. So, it's, I don't know. I just kind of stumbled on it basically.
Okay.
And it's weird. I'm gonna preface with I do not do drugs.
Well, now I got to know why you're prefacing that. That's interesting.
Because there's this one song I like from him. It's called Space Cowboy, and that's a start.
Okay.
And someone, I remember, like, I think I had it playing on YouTube one time. I was, like, scrolling through the comments for no reason. And someone was all, this would go crazy if you were high.
Okay.
And I'm like, and it's, from what I've heard, it is kind of stoner music. I'm not a stoner.
Right. But you like it. You're the one guy that likes it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he does other stuff, too. Like, that's kind of like a one-off thing, almost. But he has, like, a couple other songs. He has a couple, like... He seems to lean more into the, like, I have an agenda, and that's where my lyrics are coming from, where, like...
Oh, he gets political, you mean? Or
a little, yes.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. It's usually a little more humanitarian than anything.
Okay.
But, like, that one song, Virtual Insanity, he's talking about, like, all the... he's talking about, like, a fear of technology, where, like, people are, like... I think specifically he's talking about genetic modification, which is, like, his big thing, where it's, like, you can, like... modify a sheep and change its colors, and it's like, ooh, but yeah, I don't know. So that's usually what he's talking about. I mean, the music's great, but like he just kind of happens to have that tight ends.
What kind of music would you call that? Is it?
I looked it up, and from what I've heard, it is called acid jazz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I've heard of that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I know some of that stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's a one-off in my collection. I don't listen to any other jazz, even for that matter.
Right.
But he's there. So
okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. So now if you can.
Okay.
So,
I did write this down.
So give me some of your favorites from these. We'll start with I have the top of Sabrina.
Okay. Decode. I had mentioned earlier.
Yep.
There's another one. It's called Read Your Mind.
Mm-hmm. I think I've heard that one.
Okay.
I feel like I've heard that one.
It's a little more upbeat, which I like.
Okay.
So that one doesn't speak to me as much. It's just more upbeat, and I guess not as upbeat, but it's just a little more catchy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of why I like it. Who's next? Def Leppard.
Def Leppard. Yeah.
Photograph.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
And Armageddon. I feel like we're both pretty good ones.
Okay, that's good. I think that Def Leppard is, I mean, the one-armed drummer. I mean, come on, who else does that? Mm-hmm. No, name me one other band who has a one-armed drummer.
That's like rivaling like Black Sabbath when you like, I don't know, I forget what. Oh, it's like fingers are all messed up, right?
I don't know. The drummer or the guitar player?
The guitar player.
Oh, okay.
Like I think he's like missing fingers.
Oh, maybe.
I'm
not really sure. I say you're giving me a lot of homework today, man. I appreciate that. I'm definitely looking at. That's the kind of stuff I love. I'm a big music trivia kind of guy.
Okay, yeah.
Cool.
I remember one time we were we were in Airbnb and he had a bunch of vinyls and it was like a Woodstock album.
Oh, nice.
And it was like, okay, this is interesting. And I'm like, I don't know these songs really, because I'm like, I didn't listen to as much of like that kind of music. But then I was like, oh hey, Jimi Hendrix playing the national anthem.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And he's playing it with his tongue on the guitar.
Did he really?
Yes.
Oh, I've never seen the video.
Oh,
I actually have the audio of that, but I've never seen the video.
I've heard the audio, and I was like, this is not it. This is not the Stars Spangled Banner. I was like, what is this?
Yeah. Well, I like that. Always reminds me too. Years later when the movie Cars came out. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Where he's playing the hippie van, the hippie guy's like, oh, I'm organic fuel, man. And there's the guy that's like, shut up, hippie. He's like the military guy. And then the hippie guy's just playing that. He's playing the Hendrix version of the Star Spangled Banner. And the military guy's like, would you turn that off? That's terrible. He's like, man, don't respect the classics, man. It's Hendrix. And I was like, yeah, I know that song. Oh, man. Okay. Next is Foreigner.
Yeah. I Want to Know What Love Is.
Okay.
Feels Like the First Time.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Those are both really good ones.
Yeah, they got so many good songs. Mm-hmm. My gosh. I really like Jukebox Hero. It's one of my favorites.
That's a really good one too.
Man.
Yeah,
so good.
I love that one.
I think the first one I ever heard though was Urgent.
Urgent's really good.
Yeah, I remember that coming on the radio in the 80s when I listened to the radio in the car with my mom because she's like into the 80s stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until years later that I started realizing, they have lots of good songs. Mm-hmm. There's lots of bands like that for me, I guess. Now that I've said it a few times, where it's like I hear one song, it's like, that one song, and then years later you're like, oh wait, there's more.
Yeah.
Okay, Journey.
Don't Stop Believing.
Yeah,
can't go wrong with that.
One. That's a classic.
Worlds Apart.
Okay.
Separate Ways, I think is what it's
Separate
called.
Ways,
I never remember what it's called.
It's Separate Ways.
But, yeah. But love that song too. Yeah. That's probably my top.
That's a good one.
Actually.
Journey was my mom's favorite band when I was a kid. and we used to take. My mom used to babysit other kids. Mm-hmm. Your mom might have actually been there for some of this. Oh my gosh, she may have. I don't remember. My mom used to watch her or not. But but we used to take the pots and pans and put them up over on the couch like a drum kit.
Oh, nice!
And then somebody have like a broom or something, and we used to put on the Journey record. That record that has "Don't Stop Believin'" and "Look Who's Crying Now" and all those on there, and we just pretend like we were Journey.
Just jam out.
Oh,
okay,
dude,
nice.
It was awesome. That's
cool.
That was the early stages of my my hopes and dreams of being a rock star someday. It's like someday.
One day I will pick up that guitar.
Yeah, that's right. And it won't be a broom. Journey's great.
Yeah.
And then Jamiroquai, you mentioned those two, right? You said
Virtual Insanity, Cowboy.
And Space Cowboy.
Yeah.
I like that part. This part of the show too, because I look up stuff that I haven't heard, and a lot of times this is how I find some of my new favorites. Like I'm saying, that becomes my new I'm all in with it.
Yeah. So
and I'm always looking for that. So that's awesome. Very cool.
Like some of that.
Good stuff, man. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm impressed by your musical diversity. I'll tell you that much. How do you feel about hip hop music? We didn't really talk about that. You hate that?
Like 90s hip hop.
Any of it? Like, is there any hip hop that you do enjoy?
Okay, I'm not a big fan of it. Just to be brutally honest.
All right.
Cool.
Well, that's it for the music, dude. Let's hit it. Let's talk about your center-right politics.
Yeah.
So, we'll get into this part for sure in the spirituality, but just because it relates to kind of, I think it relates kind of right and left. Did you grow up in the church? Like, did your parents raise you Christian or...
Kind of.
Okay.
So, I went to a Christian high school, and, actually, it was Christian so I went to a Christian preschool.
Okay.
Then, since we have that school in Sisquoc, I went there for, 2 years.
Okay. Blockman?
Yeah, Blockman.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Real tiny.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember much from that school, except for I did have one teacher that... I was young, so I don't really remember her. She was my first grade teacher, but my mom said she went bonkers.
Oh.
So that's what happened. I don't know, but she was kind of weird. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess it was weird because, I had her, and then I guess my mom said she was, acting a little weird towards me specifically, and it was this is not good. This is,
okay.
Yeah, I don't know how predatory it was or whatnot, but it was not good. It was
gnarly.
Okay. So, but, I mean, that was my last year there.
Okay.
But it was weird because I was in, a parent-teacher conference when I went to Valley Christian, because that was my next school. I just went straight there from second all the way through graduation.
Oh, dang, dude.
Yeah.
They have elementary school at VCA?
Yeah. They have preschool. You can get all your mandatory school.
I went to preschool there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how long that school's been there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, my dad went there, so I believe it.
Okay, yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's all I did was preschool there.
Okay.
That was it. All the rest was public school.
Yeah, a couple of my cousins only did preschool. I have my youngest cousin is in, I want to say maybe second or third grade right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, yeah. But I don't know. She found me at a parent-teacher conference, and I'm like, I don't even think you have kids.
Okay.
Don't know how she found me. It just kind of happened. I was like, hey.
Oh, that's funny. Is that why you left that school? Because of what happened with the teacher?
I don't know, honestly.
Okay.
It just kind of happened.
This chick's weird. We're out.
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know exactly, but.
So back to politics.
Yeah. Sorry. So kind of raised in church, kind of not at the same time. I kind of started going myself about 10th grade, but we'll get into that later. I'm supposing.
Cool. Yeah, because just generally speaking, it seems like most Christians tend to lean right.
I feel like that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
There's a couple Christian groups I feel like that are a lot more left leaning.
Sure.
But
sure.
I feel like that's a general rule.
Christian groups.
Yeah. It is definitely highly in quotes.
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys are interesting. I don't know if I'd go here. Yeah.
So when you say that you're center right, why? Why not left? Why not left leaning?
Oh, why not left?
I'm saying why are you choosing
center right?
Yeah.
My background, I am raised in a home of right-wing people. I mean, that's what my family is.
Okay.
I'm not ashamed of it or anything.
Yeah.
but that's how it is. Like, that's my environment I'm raised in. But I feel like, I want to say, I had an AP government class, and we talked a lot about politics, because that was the class.
Right.
And he was really having a big emphasis on, like, you shouldn't just put yourself in echo chambers, you know?
Right.
Like, you should... Because, like, he was like, when I read the news, he reads both papers. Yeah. And so awesome. I was like, okay, like, that's a really great idea. So you can, like, actually get an accurate view of the information and make your own decisions instead of having someone tell you what it is, you know?
Right.
So...
That's smart.
Yeah, no. It's critical thinking at its finest. Right. And I'm like, okay, yeah. So... That's kind of why I lean a little more central, because I'm like, okay, I want to hear both sides out before I just make a decision. There's some things that are clear in my mind. I'm like, okay, no, I have a firm place here. You guys are definitely wrong. You guys are definitely right. Yada yada.
Right.
So.
Right.
There's some things where I'm like, okay, maybe it's a newer issue. Okay, I want to see what's the reasoning to both sides.
Right.
You know, okay.
Right.
Then I can hear it.
I mean, there are definitely some things where there seems to be a lot of nuance with people, but then there's also some things where it's totally, you know what I mean? Like, like no, like there's no.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's a bunch of, like, you pick like something like abortion or something you know, there's just certain topics where you're like, I would have to, because certain things, I'll just use that as an example.
Okay, yeah.
So there's like, it would, in order for me, so I'm pro-life, in order for me to become pro-choice, it would have to be proven to me that that's not a baby. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and that's kind of where the argument
against your own
gets.
Beliefs.
Yes, right. But if that could be proven, like, no, it doesn't become a baby until it passes through the vaginal canal. Then it becomes a baby, and before that, it's just nothing. It's literally just nothing.
Yeah.
And if I really believed that, then I would be fine with abortion. Okay. I'd be like, why not? I mean, who cares? It's not a life. It's not a baby. It's just a nothing. You know.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with killing a nothing, right?
Yeah.
Or technically, it wouldn't be killing because
it'd just be a medical procedure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
it's removing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's stuff like that it's. I'm pretty confident in my beliefs on it. But I'm not like shut off to realize, say, no, just don't tell me anything. I don't want to hear your argument. I don't want to hear anything about it, because hey, maybe one day somebody will convince me. Hey, you know, I doubt it because of what I'm seeing from science and stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm not going to close myself off to it. And I'm similar to your teacher, to where I'm like, I'm going to listen to both sides. I want to hear, you know, that's part of why I do the show. I want to hear someone else's perspective.
Yeah.
On it. I want to know, like, okay, well, you disagree with me, but like, why do you believe that? Like, why did you come to that conclusion?
Yeah.
So like for you, what kind of issues are kind of like those issues for you that are like, I definitely hold to the conservative right-leaning mindset because of these issues.
Abortion.
Okay.
I feel like is probably the biggest one to my, because that was a big focus, I feel like, at our school for some reason, which I'm like, not a lot of us are having abortions, if any of us, but all right. Yeah. It's like, some of us don't even have like a partner in the first place. So I'm like,
yeah, that's not exactly the teen pregnancy capital of this town. So full disclosure, my wife was a teen pregnancy. So she was 17 when she got pregnant with our first.
Wow.
That's why we're such young. I'd say young. I mean, I feel old, but like I'm 47. Our oldest child is 27, and she just had her first baby like 3 weeks ago. Wow. So we're grandparents now at 47. But if my oldest daughter would have taken the same route that my wife did and gotten pregnant when she was 17, then we would have been grandparents like in our mid 30s. Wow. Which would have been gnarly, right? It's like, whoa, you know. So I mean, she waited longer than Bethany did, but yeah, she had to do minor parenting program, and her senior year of high school, she was pregnant. Yeah, pretty gnarly. Yeah. So wasn't what we were planning on, but you know, in hindsight, I'm glad now. It's like great, it's awesome. Yeah. You know, I wouldn't change anything, but at the time, it was like, what?
Yeah,
we're doing what now? So, but anyway.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like that's my thing. It's like. And see, people like to throw a lot of, like, complications, like, or I guess not complications, but they like to throw a lot of curveballs whenever they're talking, like, if they're on the pro-choice side, they're like, what about rape? What about,
incest.
Okay, incest, the mother's dying, like, all these things, and I'm like, so my youth pastor from Valley Christian, he adopted, actually, after a point, but he has 3 kids of his own. He's only been there for like little stints.
Okay, gotcha.
So he told us his wife, like when they were having their youngest, I want to say, his wife, like, it may have been all three even. His wife like has a really hard time carrying. I think it's just like really, I forget what condition it was or something, but it like
preeclampsia or something like that.
Maybe, but like it really destroys her, and she was like, I think they had to like get paramedics or whatever because it was like
you can die from that.
It was like the baby I think was like robbing her of too many nutrients, and it was like, I think you may die from this, and it was like, and I think even the doctors were like, hey, you may want to consider like getting an abortion. Like I know who you guys like. They were like, we know who you are, but like you're looking at like one or the other or possibly neither.
Right.
So and like. I remember him telling me he was like, he looked at his wife and his wife was already committed. Like, no, we are not doing that.
Yeah.
So, and she made it out, you know?
Good.
So,
good.
I mean, knowing that there is a chance that people can still make it even when it looks bleak.
Right.
And I get it. It does happen, you know. There are stillbirths. There are mothers who don't make it through everything. Like, I understand. Happens.
Yeah. See, that's the only time I would consider myself pro-choice.
Yeah, I feel like that's the only... Right? That's like the
mom is told
factor.
It could be you or the baby.
Yeah.
Then I'm 100% with it being the mom's decision at that point to say, look, I'm willing to give my life to birth my child. Hey, let's do it, you know? But I think that should be up to her in that instance only, right? I don't think she should have the choice to kill her baby just because... for any other reason other than that, you know what I mean? But I'm also curious though, and I need to look more into this because my son and I get into this discussion a lot of, you know, because people will throw that out there and say, well, what about the life of the mother? What about if the mom's going to die unless the baby's aborted or unless the baby's killed, basically?
Right.
And I've heard some people fight on the other side, like people like Charlie Kirk or some others that have said, there really is no situation like that where killing the baby is going to save the mom. Now, maybe to deliver the baby early or cesarean or something like that.
Yeah, I have seen stuff like that.
Right?
Where it's like, I want to say they may have even delivered. It was a very long time ago that I was told this story, so it's possible I'm mixing a few details, but they may have even delivered the baby early and just put her in the NICU just because it was like, if this carries full term, this is going to be disastrous. So let's just get it out.
Yeah.
Which it's nice because they're advancing so much medically that like they can keep them very, very early. And I feel like it's like an advancing like front against pro-choice. It's like, hey, if we can keep babies alive that are born so early, why should we be able to kill them that early? Right. You know?
Well, because whether they admit this or not, it's because it's become a feminist issue. That's really what it all is. It's the idea that as a woman, it's in my body, I'm carrying it, I have to go through the labor, I have to do all this. So therefore, if I want to kill it, I should be allowed to. That's their whole argument. They won't always say it that way until you kind of get them in a corner.
Yeah.
Because then they throw, like you said, they throw stuff out. What about rape and incest?
Yeah, and it's like, I feel like at the end of the day, if you don't want a baby, okay, I get that. You know, it messes up some people's lives.
Right.
But I feel like at the end of the day, just carry it out and then put it up for adoption. Yep.
Right.
Like someone else will gladly take that.
There are plenty of couples in this country today that cannot have children.
Exactly. Right. And I was like, don't just kill it because it's just not a good time for you. Like, like just at least give the child a chance, you know? Like,
yeah. Well, and that's another thing that people say, well, what if the mom's living in poverty and she's already got 3 kids and her kids are already malnourished because they can't afford, she doesn't have a job, the dad's a deadbeat, he took off. And they're like, why would I want to birth the child into a scenario like that? It's like, well, what, you're just going to kill it anyway? Why not give it a chance? Yeah. You know, because you don't know. I mean, look how many success stories there are, people that have come out of those situations. There was one guy, I forgot who it was, but he was listing off all of these people that have done amazing things for our country, like just amazing things. And they're like, do you realize that his mom wanted to abort him? Yeah. Or her. Or that this woman who won the Pulitzer Prize or whatever, like her mom wanted to abort her. And she was talked out of it. And because she didn't, that young lady was birthed, she was born, and now look what she did for our country. Exactly. Stuff like that. You just don't know. Now, it could be that they're born into a life of poverty, and their life sucks, and they only live to be 5 or something. Maybe. Yeah. But you don't know this side of the womb. Like, you don't know that. Mm-hmm. You can't make that judgment call just based on what you think, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I feel like, bottom line, like, I don't feel like there's a good situation where it's like, nah, I should just, because, I mean, I feel like another thing I think, which, I mean, it's kind of not, it's not, I guess, focused on as much. It's like, what did the baby do to you, man?
Right.
Like, there is no fault to the baby.
Yes.
Like, this is entirely you and your partner's fault.
Right.
Like, this has got nothing to do with this
unless you're
kid.
talking about rape or incest.
Right.
But even then, I'm like, so the dad's a rapist, which again, he should die. That guy should be dead, in my opinion. But that's not the kid's fault.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
It's
like,
like,
they're all like, oh, wow, we hate this guy. All right, we're going to kill this one over here.
Right.
It's like, what? No, you're not making sense.
Right. You're punishing the child for the sins of the father. Right?
Exactly.
That's not cool.
It doesn't follow.
Yeah.
It doesn't follow.
I don't know if you saw this. It's a pretty viral clip with Ben Shapiro. It was actually the first clip I had ever seen of Ben Shapiro.
Interesting.
Where he's talking to this young girl and they're talking about abortion and she throws out what about rape and incest? They always throw that out there. What about rape and incest? And he says, okay, we can talk about that, but let me ask you first, can we agree that abortion should only be allowed for situations of rape and incest? So would you agree with me, he tells her, that all other abortions for any other reason but rape and incest should be outlawed? And she says, well, no. I think a woman should be able to get an abortion for any reason at all. He goes, then why are you bringing up rape and incest? Mm-hmm. Right? And he totally trapped her. He's like, well, why are you even bringing it up? Because you're fighting for abortion for any reason.
Exactly.
So you're only using that as some kind of leverage to say, well, what about this less than 1% of abortions that were conceived by rape or incest? Mm-hmm. It's like, which is terrible. Don't get me wrong. Those are terrible situations. But why are we trying to fight for a 99-point-something% rate over here and using the less than 1% as a... it doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
But, I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird stuff, man.
That's my big one. Gun control. That's a fun subject. I actually got home from work kind of late because we've been open pretty late at the new Chick-Fil-A.
Where's the new one?
101 Broadway, right next to Boomers, pretty much, or close to Boomers.
Really?
Yes.
There's one down there now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, we're trying to get traction. I mean, there's not a lot of people coming yet. Because
how long has it been there?
Since November 6th.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not getting a lot of traction because people like me don't even know it's there.
And that's the problem. We're like, we're here. We want to give you food, man.
Yeah.
Show up.
Okay.
So,
huh.
Yeah.
Is that where you work then?
Yeah.
The new one?
I work at the new one.
Okay. You started at this one and then you moved over to that one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were saying.
Yeah, sorry. So
I'm terrible. I keep cutting you off.
You're good. So when we started that new store, we decided to have 11 o'clock drive-through only on weekends.
Okay.
So we stay open an extra hour late for the drive-through people.
Okay.
Just Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Anyways, so because I had to close last night too, so I got home at like midnight. And then, I don't know why, but we were talking, and I was like telling my mom about, hey, I'm going to be on a podcast. I had told her a few days before, but I was talking about it. And then we had talked about it a few nights ago, but we got on gun control again. But they were talking about like open carry and stuff. And I don't know if that seems like, to me at least, I don't know.
So open carry, okay, so this is a good topic because open carry and concealed carry, interestingly enough, the states that have open carry have less crime.
And that's what they were telling me.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, so I see that, and I'm like, okay, that's a great idea. I also feel like it also escalates situations because it's like, okay, people have firearms now. So I'm like, I had a few discussions and it got a little heated.
Yeah.
But we had talked about that a few times.
But does it escalate? Like,
that's what I'm wondering.
Are there examples of this? Because usually, like, for example, I mean, I don't have a gun. I've never shot a gun. I have no intentions of ever shooting a gun. If I did, it would be self-defense.
Okay.
But, like, if I'm in a store or something and some guy gets into it with me or whatever, and we both have guns on our hips that we can both see. Yeah. Obviously, I mean, I would think, unless the guy's a lunatic or if I'm a lunatic, we're probably going to be like, okay, this isn't that important for it to end in one of us dead and the other one in jail.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so that's a little crazy.
Right. So you might not even escalate to a fist fight at that point because you see the gun, to where maybe if it was concealed or you just didn't have one or you just assumed nobody had one, you might be more likely to get into a fist fight with something. Not me, because I'm like, I'm not like that at all. I'm like, yeah, call me whatever you want, man. Okay, I'll stay. Have a great day.
All right.
I'm an idiot. Thank you. Appreciate it. See you later. But usually, if two people are like that, they're hotheads, or they have to fight, or they go to bars just to fight with people and all that. It's like, okay. But, I don't know. There's just some, statistically speaking, about these open carry states where there's just not that kind of crime, because criminals know, they got guns over there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get very far if I commit this armed robbery or whatever, so.
So, I mean, we did look at that. So, I mean, I did actually see some stats, and I'm like, okay, this is actually like, all right, I see your point you're making, like, okay, open carry is a little safer. Maybe it's like, to me, it's right now, it's kind of reminded me of nukes. So this feels like a sort of like mutually assured destruction type thing where, okay, maybe that's not necessarily how the gunfight ends, but like, that guy has a weapon, I have a weapon, let's just not use them and know we have them and just
see that, that's a great example, right? Because if another country has a nuclear weapon and they're thinking of dropping it on us, and they know we also have one, they're going to think twice. Because you're not going to obliterate the whole country.
No, you're not going to be
with
that
a
quick.
nuke, right? Yeah. You're going to get it back to you. So, in other words, whatever you do to us is going to happen to you. So you're going to think twice about it. But if you're going to go drop a nuke on some small country that doesn't have any military and all that, which is a punk move. Yeah. But you don't really...
You're just pissing someone else off.
Yeah, right, exactly. And you're not really worried about a retaliation of any sort. You're just being a jerk. You're just trying to take over some smaller country or whatever you're doing.
Exactly.
But, yeah, so I mean, there's some... I hate all of it. I wish we could live in a world where there was no such thing as weapons. I really do. Ideally, in my like my fantasy world, right, that doesn't exist because it's not reality. Because no matter what we do, there are going to be evil people. They're going to use whatever they can get their hands on to commit evil acts, right? And when I've had people on here before that are very anti-gun, they don't think anybody should ever have any guns except the police and the military or whatever. And they always say, they bring up mass shootings, and they bring up, these school shootings, these horrific things like Sandy Hook or some of these things. Just like, I can't even imagine being one of those parents involved in that kind of thing. But I mean, is getting rid of the guns really the thing? I always bring up the story of the guy that was down in Isla Vista years ago, that he shot a bunch of people, then he walked around and stabbed a bunch of people. Same guy. Same day. Wow. And then he got in his car and he drove around and ran over a bunch of people before they caught him. So he literally used 3 different means of murder to kill people. So I'm like, okay, so you take his gun away. Is that going to stop him? No, he'll just stab more people. Or he'll run over more people with his car. He'll find a brick or a rock or something. He's going to find some way to kill people if that's what's in his heart, is he wants to kill people. Yeah. Taking a gun's not going to help.
I guess that's kind of like a more, I don't know, silly example. If somebody is a drug addict and they want drugs, they're going to do whatever it takes. They're going. You're not going to be able to out hustle a crackhead.
Yes, right.
They will get their drugs at any cost.
Yes, right.
So, I mean, and that's so. I mean, the other thing, like, okay, yes, I think people should be allowed to have weapons. Like, I am a gun owning American. I kind of find the gun modification laws that California has to be a little silly. Okay. I was telling my mom this last night, too.
Break those down for me. Break those down real quick.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know all of them. I haven't looked at the penal codes or anything. But one of them is, like, you can't have more than 10 rounds in your magazine. Okay. So I'm like, okay, I get the intention behind that, where it's like, okay, we don't want mass shooters. Right. But I'm like...
What if you're hunting?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you need that if you're hunting?
Well, not typically. I mean, when I've only hunted once. Okay. And, well, actually, it was with black powder rifles. So it was kind of crazy. I got 1 deer out of it. It wasn't crazy.
And how many magazines did you go through?
I think I maybe took 10 shots. Okay. But I mean, it's black powder, so it's you gotta load. It's ye old musket. It was a modern rifle, but it was like that style where it's like, okay, you gotta put the little cartridges in, and it's like it's a 50 cal, and it's a solid hunk of metal that you just. And so it's pretty crazy for just a deer rifle, but.
So you shot 10 times and you only hit once. That's 10%, dude.
Yeah, I'm a horrible shot. I'm not great. I just have weapons. I'm not good at using them. Yeah. It's pretty funny, actually. You can mail order those, which I kind of find interesting. So it's just because it's so like it's like an antique.
You
almost.
Can mail order the gun, that kind of gun.
Yeah. Okay. Because it's just so impractical for like normal situations. Right. Like, that's not a good self-defense weapon. You got like someone's breaking up. Yeah. Sorry, someone's breaking in downstairs, and it's like, oh, I gotta load my rifle. Hold on.
Hang on a sec. Yeah. Don't hurt my family. Give me 5 minutes minutes to load my gun.
Yeah, it's like... It's like, you might as well put a cannon at, like, the top of your stairs or something and just have it loaded and ready to go. Like, no, that's just silly. But anyways, gun modifications.
Yeah.
I think they're silly. Okay. Because, like, okay, you can't have more than 10 rounds in a magazine. Okay, you get it. You don't want those high-capacity magazines, so they're running around just dumping mags, like, against people. I get that. But at the same time, oh, no, I can't have more than 10 rounds in my pistol. Well, I'll just bring, like... 20 pistols, and then you can
there's ways around it, right?
I mean, I can't, I have to reload more frequently, but that's it. Like, I can still bring, like, my mom was talking about some guy, he, like, shot, like, a whole concert, and, like, he had, like, thousands of rounds with
the Vegas one.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it was a country, Jason Aldean, I think was I know people that were there.
Wow.
They were actually at that concert. There's a lot of people from Santa Maria. I know multiple people that were at that show.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's insane. Just like, but I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, if you're mentally deranged enough to go places and just commit mass shootings, the laws aren't going to stop you.
Right.
It doesn't matter. So I'm like, then why have them in the first place?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I feel like the law-abiding citizens aren't going to be going out and getting crazy weapons, and the citizens who don't abide by the laws are going to get them regardless.
Correct.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if it's like, oh no, I have to go 2 states away. Okay.
Yeah.
I know a guy, or people just have it anyways because it's like,
well, and that's what I always say too. Like, there's no, because the criminals themselves are going to get guns no matter what. Yeah. So if you outlaw them and make the average Joe not able to get them or not able to have them, then all that's going to do is make the criminals be like, oh, good. Now there's nobody to defend themselves. Exactly. Bunch of sitting ducks out there. I mean, if we could literally eliminate... There was an old Superman movie from the 80s with Christopher Reeves. I forgot which one it was. Maybe Superman 2 or 3. But he literally rounds up all of the world's weapons, like all of them, all the guns, all the missiles, all the everything, anything that's a weapon. Yeah. And it's got this big net or whatever, and he just goes up and he just throws it all into the sun, and they're just gone. I'm like, okay, if we could actually do that, and then somehow make it so nobody could ever build another weapon ever again, that would work. I'd be fine with that. But again, that's not reality. That's Ryan's fantasy world, and that's never going to happen because people are always going to find ways to make weapons. If it's not guns, it'll be something else. They'll find some way to inflict pain and death on people because that is what their heart wants to do. Exactly. Unfortunately, we have evil people that are into that kind of thing. And people getting all, but why he was brought up this way and he was just... That may be true. Yeah. Maybe he had a jacked up childhood. Maybe his parents were mean and they beat him up and they did whatever. Maybe he was sexually abused when he was a kid and he's all messed up in the head now. Yeah. That all might be true. But it's still... It's going to happen, right? Yeah. There's going to be these people that are doing this.
There will be a way.
Yes,
so.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So again, I've never shot a gun. I'm not a hunter. I don't.
I've only done it once.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it though? Was it fun? I got lots of friends that hunt.
I kind of want to try it again. I don't know why I didn't really like it in the first place, but like I would want to try with regular rifles this next time instead of like ye old and then like
you might feel like you're in the Civil War or something.
Yeah, I'm like, well, and it was weird because the deer were like stupid. Like I took 2 shots at a deer one time.
And you just stood there?
Yeah, I just stood there and was like, what else? And I was like,
he knew you were a bad shot. He didn't think you were going to get him. That's why he's like, oh, this guy's terrible. Like, this guy's like a stormtrooper over here. He can't hit nothing.
I know. I can't nail anything.
Yeah. I got a friend who hunts with a bow and arrow.
Yeah. So that's the nice thing. Where we have some property off of 166.
Okay.
So that's where I used to hunt because they're pretty free range. There's a couple people who are like, do not shoot on my property.
Right.
But other people are like, yeah, whatever. And they have 3 seasons, to my knowledge. So they do a bow season, then they do regular rifle, and then they cap it off in the winter-ish with the black powder.
Oh, okay.
So it's like you go from quieter to louder weaponry as time goes on. So it's like, okay, by winter, black powder, there's less deer and they're more spooked. So now bring out huge, loud guns and just...
Nice.
You know, so...
Okay. Yeah. Did you get it in one shot?
I do believe so. I may be mistaken, but I do believe so.
See, that's hard. That would be hard for me personally.
Yeah, well, and I think my rifle wasn't really sighted in properly, so I had to like aim way up. Like it looked like I was aiming way above him, but I think it was because my sights weren't aligned properly.
Right.
And that's kind of what messed me up the first few times.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh man, I need to tweak this. I probably should have tested a bit more. It just sucks because it's so time consuming to fire it multiple times. It just takes a long time to sight. So,
I have a hard time with any kind of suffering. Not death is one thing, but like even if I'm driving and I run over a rabbit or something, right? And I go back, and if the rabbit's just dead, it's like, okay, well that sucks. I killed a rabbit, but whatever.
Yeah.
But if it's like still breathing or still moving, and I can tell that it's like still alive, I hate that because now I feel like I need to put it out of its misery, but I don't know if I can bring myself to do it. Dude, my cat will bring like a mouse or a gopher or something.
like some half-dead animal.
Well, yeah, he'll be throwing it up in the air, and I'll get him away, and then I'll be like, okay, I go to clean it up or whatever, and it's moving still. I'm like, oh no! But if it's dead, I'm like, whatever, scoop it up, throw it in the trash.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. I figure, he's ridding my yard of rodents.
It's a corpse now.
Exactly.
Get rid of it.
But I can't, dude. One time I was sure this thing was dead. I mean, it was just stock still. I was looking for any breathing, nothing. I got the shovel to pick it up to go put it, and as soon as it started to run.
Oh,
like how kind of like hobble, like he was obviously very like mortally injured, but it was moving. I was like, oh no, now what? And my cousin lives up on some land up in Washington, and he goes, yeah, whenever that happens, I just take the shovel, put it right in the neck, and just step down on it, just chop the head off. It's like, you do what? Yeah. He's like, no, dude, they don't feel nothing. It's real quick. It's like, oh, I don't think because I would miss. I would miss the main thing, and then his head would be half hanging off, and he'd be looking at me like, okay, you think this is better?
Yeah. Look at what you've done to me.
Yeah, and then I would just find myself getting like a rock or something, just like, but it's just so like, I don't know. I have a hard time with that stuff. So I always think like, if I were to go hunting, because like I said, I have lots of friends that hunt, and they show me pictures, they talk about how much fun it is, and they want me to go with them, and I was like, dude, I could do it only if I knew, like if I was such a good shot that I just like heart shot, boom, just falls over, animal's dead, stops breathing, gone in an instant. Yeah. Which of course you can't guarantee anything like that, and they'll most hunters will tell you, yeah, that doesn't usually happen. No. Unless you're like, a James Bond out there or something, but.
Mine, I shot it and the thing like jumped in the air. It was crazy.
See.
But then it was on a hillside, and I mean, after the deer's dead, it's heavy, so you gotta move it, right?
Yeah.
It died. Well, it hadn't died yet. It started going up the hill, and I was like, because we were at the bottom, and it was like, I gotta walk all the way up there, and there's like,
that last little burst of energy it had. It was
and there
trying
was
to
like
go up.
Yucca plants up there. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a pain in the neck. Yeah. And then so finally it like walked up there and kind of fell over and then bled out basically, and that was it. And
did you take a picture with it? Like
I did. Do? Yeah. It was a doe, but it was legal because normally during regular season it's only bucks. Yeah. But black powder, any sex as long as they're adult.
You killed Bambi's mom, dude.
I am that guy apparently. I am that guy unfortunately.
Did you break it home and eat it?
Huh? Oh, we did.
Did you butcher yourself, or did someone else do that?
My mom did, but we butchered.
Your mom knows how to butcher?
Oh, yeah, she's great. She cooks all the time. But, I mean...
Cooking's different than butchering an animal.
No, yeah, that's true. She did have... My dad and my grandpa were there, too, so it was like... It was a team effort. It wasn't just my mom, I guess. That's a little overstatement, but it was the
she's
three
like
of them.
pioneer woman over there.
Yeah, She got one of her cookbooks for Christmas.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she loves her cookbooks.
Okay.
But yeah, so she was like, we like butchered the whole thing up and then we ate it. I mean, it was pretty good. It tastes like beef.
Does it?
Yeah, okay. It's maybe a slightly more gamey, but like my mom was like, there was venison dinner tonight. Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't notice.
You didn't even know it was the one you got?
Yeah.
That was the fruits of your labor, man. Yep. You didn't realize it.
Nope.
See, people say...
pasta, like...
It's like fettuccine with venison.
Something like that, yeah, like some red sauce and it was like shredded.
People say gamey. I've had elk.
Okay.
One time.
I could see stuff like that being a little more gamey.
And it was in the form of jerky, and I didn't like it. And it was out in the hills of Utah. I have a friend who lives in Utah. We drove to visit him one time, and I mean, we're out in the windy roads. I mean, there's nothing anywhere. There's just mountains.
Yeah. It's mountains and rocks.
Dude, nothing, right? There's no houses. There's nothing. But there's a sign that says beef jerky, 4 miles. And I'm like, 4 miles? What? There's going to be a town in 4 miles? No.
Just one
4
stop.
miles, dude. No, there's a brown wagon on the side of the road. And I told my wife, I said, we have to stop. I'm sorry, we have to stop. So we pull over. This guy's probably around 147 years old. He looks like, I mean, his face is like, it's just leathery. Like, he looks like he's been sitting in the sun for 1,200 years. And he's older than dirt, but he was selling elk jerky and buffalo jerky.
Interesting.
And I think it had beef too, but I've had beef jerky way many times. I wanted to try the two I hadn't had.
Oh yeah, of course.
So we got a bag of each, and we got a big bag. I was like, I'll bring them to my friend Tommy when we get there at his house.
Oh sweet.
And
it'll stay good.
The buffalo jerky was great, dude.
Oh, good.
I didn't care for the elk. It wasn't that good. But that's the only time I've ever had elk. But what I want to ask you is, I don't understand what it means, probably because I haven't eaten a lot of that stuff. When people say it tastes gamey.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Like, what's gamey taste like?
I've only had like actual game meat a few times. Like my uncle John on my dad's side, he lived in Alaska for a while, up until recently actually, and he's a big hunter by, in Alaska, yada. Yeah, him and his daughter, my cousin. Yeah. So one time, it was either Christmas or Easter, one of the two, they brought with them some of their meat. And we had elk? Like, no, we had moose burgers, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
Or like, no. I think we had burgers. I can't remember what was in it.
Who knows what kind of animal it was?
Yeah, it wasn't. It was
like
some sort of
burgers
game
or something.
I don't know. They did
salamander
yak.
Burgers.
Oh gosh. But I know we did moose sketty.
Oh really?
So spaghetti with some moose as like
meatballs of moose. Moose balls.
I think it was more like meat sauce.
Oh okay.
But yeah, basically
like a bolognese, but with moose.
Yeah.
Interesting. What did that taste like? Beef?
See, yeah, I mean, kind of, but at the same time, it's so hard to describe just because I haven't had any recently.
Was it gamey?
I think so. I'm getting there. I understand. You're like, what is this?
Yeah, I don't know. I get maybe you just have to eat it and know. Oh, that's what they mean.
I think it's like, I guess the best way to describe it is it just doesn't taste like normal meat.
Okay.
It tastes a little off, and I think it's just due to their diet.
Okay.
Because they're eating a little more wild, whereas
Right.
like with cows and stuff, it's here's the diet, here's the feed we bought them.
Sure.
We know what's going in and out, grass, yada. But it's like an elk, and it's like, oh, maybe he had this or this wild plant, and so it just tastes a little different. Is the best I can put, which is still a very vague description.
No, but that's actually good. Other people haven't really been able to, so that makes sense. So you say, well, just you feel like you're eating meat.
Yes,
you've eaten lots of meat, but this meat just tastes a little different.
Yeah, it's like even though you may have seasoned it or whatever, it's just got some sort of. It's almost like you added in some sort of like extra something to it, like some sort of extra herb or spice, where it's like if you made the same exact dish, same exact way with beef, it would taste different. Okay. You could tell. Okay. Sometimes it's a little less gamey, and it's like, okay, yeah, that tasted like beef. I can't tell the difference.
See, okay, so that's what's interesting to me. Like, people say that stuff. They say more gamey or less gamey.
I feel like it's like more how wild the animal was. I feel like is what influences that.
But it's almost makes it sound like it's as if it was a seasoning. Like, you can go to the store and get game seasoning. It's almost like you say, oh, that was very salty, or that wasn't salted enough. People use it like that. Oh, it was this one was more gamey than that one.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's almost like you know what the Uncanny Valley is?
Uncanny Valley?
Yeah, have you heard of that?
No.
This is kind of a weird side tangent, I guess, but to kind of help describe it, it's this idea that like if a face becomes more inhuman, it starts looking a little weird, and then eventually gets so weird that you're like, that's not a person, obviously, right? Oh. But then there's okay, here's what, this is a person, this is definitely not a person, but there's this valley where our minds are most confused, and we're like, this isn't a person, but it also kind of is.
How'd you like to be that guy in the valley? They don't even know if I'm human.
Yeah. But it's like this weird sort of like almost primal thing where we're like, oh, like that looks off, you know? And it's like, I feel like that's how it is it's like it's further away from beef. It's more off. It like doesn't line up as well. Okay. I feel like is probably the best way I can put it. Is it's just like it seems if it's more gamey, I feel like it's further from tasting like its normal counterpart. So like if it was like a bird, it'd probably, if it tastes more like chicken, it's probably less gamey.
Okay.
But if it tastes more like something else, it's probably more gamey.
All right, so here's what we're going to do to solve this once and for all.
Okay.
The next time that you have meat that you think is gamey, and then you have other meat that's not as gamey,
okay,
I want you to call me up and say, all right, Ryan, come on over, man, and we got this. I want you to try both of these. This is the gamey and this is the not too gamey.
Okay.
So I can experience it and be like, oh, this is what it is.
Okay, my uncle, David, actually, he does do a lot of hunting, so maybe I can catch him on a good hunting trip, and then you could try some deer and beef side by side.
Tell him to shoot the gamiest one he sees. See, that one's really gamey over there. I'm gonna drop that one right there.
It's just indescribable. It's kind of weird, but yeah.
Okay, very cool, man. All right, let's hit one more good political topic, dude. I'll let you pick it. What do you think? What do you feel passionate about? What do you think? This is usually what I ask. I'll ask it this way.
Okay.
If you could change any one thing in the country, what would that be? Oh. Like, what would you think would make our country better?
Would make our country better?
Like, either to stop something or to add something or to, like what would you do?
Oh, gosh. It's a really hard question for me because I'm not super politically involved. Okay. So it's hard for me to just go, oh, that thing there is my...
Well, maybe not the number one. Maybe just pick a thing that you think that would help.
Let's see, and nothing's really coming to mind. Okay. It's just I don't know. If you got any topics, I'll shoot with it.
Well, I mean, there's a bunch of them, of course. Yeah. But I mean, we'll see now.
If there's anything that picks your brain that you think would be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, there's a lot going on in the world right now.
Of course.
You got the things with Trump. You got the things with deportations and ICE and all this. And that's an interesting one because I have people on here that are on all sides of that issue.
Yeah, I find that one interesting because I really need to do more research into it, but I never understand why exactly it is that they come in illegally. Like, what is it where it's like, why don't you just go through the official channels?
Well, I'll tell you what I've heard anyway.
Okay, go ahead.
I've never been an immigrant outside of the country trying to get in, so I don't know from, it's not anecdotal for me, but
yeah,
I guess the process is really long and hard and difficult, and it's just easier, especially if they're fleeing from something bad.
I could see that.
See, and I understand that, right? Like some of these countries that they're coming from aren't the best as far as the government, as far as trying to raise a family. I mean, you just corrupt. You got corrupt stuff going on. So I understand why.
I get that, yeah.
But so I mean, for me, I feel like that would be if I was a president, that'd be my number one thing, would be the reform of the legal immigration process.
Yeah.
To make it go faster than it goes, make it not as difficult. I mean, I don't think it should just be let anybody in.
No.
There should be a process because we want to make sure that, I think there are qualities that need to be addressed, and I think that they should be an important part of the immigration process. And I know this is not a popular opinion, but for me, it's assimilation. If I'm going to move to Germany, I'm not going to expect Germany to become like me in order for me to understand things and to live there and live there. No, if I want to move to Germany, I'm going to learn German. I'm going to adapt the German culture. I am going to figure out how they live their lives in Germany so that I can assimilate to that. Yeah. Right? And I'm not saying that you should leave all your culture behind and not anything like that.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, I think it should be like, look, if you're going to come here, you should learn English. You know, so you can communicate. You should become an American. Yes, you're still ethnically from your country and you have your culture and all that's great.
You want
awesome.
to celebrate your holidays?
Yes.
Go nuts.
No problem.
Yeah.
But if you're here, and let's say, and this just happened on a podcast that I was watching. You may have saw this clip too. The Whatever podcast. It's out of Santa Barbara.
Not familiar with it.
He had a girl on there. I think she was from Colombia. I think she was from Colombia. And he asked her, he said, were you born? She goes, Colombia. She goes, oh, so you're Colombian? She says, yes. And he says, well, how long have you been a citizen of the United States? She says, well, however long, 10 years or something. And he goes, so if tomorrow, if the United States went to war with Colombia, whose side are you fighting on? She says, Colombia's.
Interesting.
See, to me, that's a big, big problem.
Yeah.
If you come over and become an American, you're an American.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if your ethnic group's country wants to go to war with the country that you are a citizen of, you need to be on that team of where you live. If you're on that other, then you need to stay over there. Then you go back there and you support that country and you do whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
you can't have both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that. I feel like that's a great topic. I just had something in my... See, okay, I feel like one of the things that holds us back from you need to learn English, we don't actually have an official language. Which is weird.
You mean on the books?
On the books.
Okay.
We colloquially all use English,
right,
to the most part, but we don't actually have it
sure,
written down. Like, I feel like maybe that's like a good change right there. Is like,
could be,
let's just put this in the books. Right. So then now it's like, yeah, you want to assimilate, you're learning English.
Right.
And it's like, okay, like it's going to be rough, but it's, if you want to live here, you need to be willing to like, we shouldn't have to bend over backwards to work with you. Yeah,
and if you're, at least as long as you're working on it. I understand if you just got here yesterday, you're not going to be fluent in English.
Yeah.
But it's people that I run across that have been living here for 40 years and that have still never learned an English word.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not even trying.
No.
Like, you're not even trying. And then you come into a place and you say, habla español.
Yeah.
And then somebody says, no, I'm sorry. And then you get irritated and walk away. Like, that's my fault.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not
you're
my
here.
fault, right? But I think because there's so much bilingual, which is great.
Yeah.
That we've accommodated that for so long that people just expect it.
Yeah.
Why would I need to learn English if pretty much anywhere I go, somebody speaks Spanish?
Exactly.
I have no reason to learn it then. I'll just say, habla español, and then the person will walk back and get somebody, and that person will come out, and I can talk to them freely in Spanish.
Yeah.
So there's no real reason to it.
Exactly.
You can get along, so... Yeah, and people say that I'm racist when I say that, and I'm like, that's not a racist statement.
No.
Again, I put it on myself. If I move to Italy, if I move to wherever, China, right? I would learn Chinese.
Yeah.
I would not expect them to learn English to communicate with me.
Yeah.
There's no universe where I feel that way. You know what I mean? So it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I'm like, it's like, because I know a few people where it's like, that all they know is Spanish. And I'm like, dude, you've like been living here so long, and it's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like decades, and it's like people who've raised their whole families. Yeah. It's like their kids speak English, but
perfect.
they don't.
Fluent English. Yeah.
And it's like your kids are all like bilingual. They've been alive for less than you are, and you can't even like communicate in the second language. I'm like, dude.
I think the kids like that too, because the kids can talk about their parents in English, and the parents have no idea what they're talking about. Yeah, Dad's a moron, huh?
Totally talk smack all day. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it was one of the presidents. Maybe it was the Clintons. I forget who. One of them knew Chinese. The couple. They knew it was Chinese or.
You mean the president and the first lady knew Chinese?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, it was some. It may have been a different language in retrospect, but it was a very foreign, not common language here, and they would use it. And I'm like, oh, that's brilliant. Just like knowing that second language, and like, you can kind of talk smack or talk privately. Yeah. And I've seen that, used around me. I don't know if that's used as a weapon around me, but I have had a few people where they're talking in Spanish amongst me, and I'm like, I'm basically deaf. I'm like,
which I think is
saying.
rude. I think it's okay. I think it's rude if those two people who are speaking to each other also speak fluent English. Because if two people that speak fluent English and Spanish are in the same room as me, and all of a sudden they just start speaking in Spanish when they know I can't speak Spanish, there's a reason they're doing that.
Yes.
They're saying something they don't want me to hear, which is rude. Like, fine. I understand you don't need to tell me everything there is to tell me, and you want to have a private conversation, that's fine. But you're doing it right out in the open, very obviously excluding me. It's like, come on, that's not cool. You know what I mean? I wanted to learn Spanish just so I can be listening in and tell nobody. Tell nobody I know it, just so I can hear what they're saying. Oh, that's what they really think that. Okay, cool. Okay. Have you seen this guy on? I don't know if you ever get stuck in this scrolling reels.
I hate that.
I know I get in the loop. Right?
I can get on a whole tirade.
Yeah, right.
That one.
But there's this guy I've been seeing lately. I've seen a bunch of his videos where he gets on these. Like this video chat with these Asian women. Have you seen this?
Oh no!
So he's a white guy, like full on, looks like just a nerdy white guy, right?
Okay.
And he gets on I don't even know what the name of the the app is or whatever they're using, but you basically just connect to video calls with strangers, basically.
Okay.
And he gets on with these. He's a young guy. He's probably about your age, maybe mid-20s.
Okay.
And these women that are also about that age, but they're in other countries, like in Asian countries. Mm-hmm. And he's talking to them in English, and their English is basic. It's pretty good, you know.
Yeah,
it's pretty decent.
It's conversational.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden because he's fluent in all these Asian languages, like a bunch of Asian languages, like Chinese and like.
Japanese.
He knows them.
Oh, nice.
And he'll just throw something out and he'll say it in Japanese or in Chinese or whatever, and they're like, what the, like, it takes him a minute to realize, like, what in the heck just happened? Like,
yeah.
How do you know this language? You know Mandarin? And he's like, oh yeah, something, you know, and it just blows their mind because they're like, there's this nerdy white guy who's not only knows the language, but he's really good. Like, you wouldn't even know, like, that he was not a native speaker of that language.
Wow.
It's like, I don't know his story. I don't know how he learned these languages. Maybe he just learned them just so he could do this.
Yeah,
and make all these YouTube videos.
And
maybe he's getting hits on his you know, things because now I'm talking about him. So people that listen to this can be like, what guy?
There you go. Yeah,
and they might look him up.
It's a web.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, it's pretty funny, dude. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I've seen a few people like that where they're like, especially if they like, sometimes these video calls, they'll have like, it'll be the main person, but then there'll be some secondary person, and then they have their own private conversation like you talk about, and then you just, sometimes they'll like clap back with like some phrase, and it's like, oh no, how much did he understand? That's
the best. See, that's what I would love to do. I would love that.
Mm-hmm.
Just be like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah. Just like it's like enough where they're like, he's pretty fluent. How much did he just understand of what I just said? And it's,
That's why I would love to see the look on their faces when they come to that realization. Oh, he understood everything we just said.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So, yeah, funny stuff, man. All right, so spirituality.
Yes.
So you answered Christianity as your spiritual belief.
Yeah, that is an umbrella term. We were actually talking about this last night at work.
Okay.
But to be more specific, non-denominational Protestant is where I would fall. Is my category, I feel. Okay.
Why non-denominational? Is that because you hate all the other denominations?
No, I just don't. I don't align with any of them in particular. I guess the closest is Baptist. That's kind of how I was raised. Okay. But not crazy. I'm not that conservative, really, as far as, I guess, faith would maybe go. I don't know. That sounds kind of weird to say.
But you're not real charismatic either.
No, I'm not like, oh my gosh. I was watching a little bit of a documentary about this cult lady, and it was bonkers. Like, she believed she was like the bride of Christ, but like specifically her, and it was like, what was the movie? Was it Jesus Camp? No. Okay. It was like a series, I think, like a little bit.
But it's a true story.
Yeah. Okay. It was like this lady, and she was like, she like divorced her husband, and he was like, I need to be respectful. I'm not gonna diss my ex-wife to the kids, right? Mm-hmm. But she was like, okay, it's dinner time, kids. We need to go around the table and plot to kill your dad. It was like, this lady was bonkers. Wow. Yeah. That's nice. Mm-hmm. That's and then awesome. She was like, everyone needs to adopt cats. So it was like, look at this family. They have 35 cats in their house. And it was like, you guys are insane.
I like how the husband's like, I don't want to speak any bad about my wife. And the wife's like, we need to find a way to kill him.
Yeah, because they were like, because he was like a dissenter to their cult. So she was like, we need to get rid of him.
See, that to me is, I don't care what your belief system is. If it gets to the point to where your whole thing is to kill anybody who's not like you, that's not good, man.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully, nothing was ever carried out on the guy. At least nothing successful. Right. So, I mean, guy lives. But they tell their supporters and the public, they're like, oh yeah, they're just dissenters of the church.
If you remember the name of that, you text me.
Okay.
Because I would like to watch
talk to my mom, because it was crazy. I think she I don't know, I guess, it was a lot of weird stuff. Okay. And it was like, it's one of those things where it was like, I can't get out of this. It's a cult, you know? So it's like...
Yeah. But that's interesting, because there's people that would say that because we homeschool our children and we're Christians and we go to church, that we're a cult. Yeah. Right? Like, that's what they would say about me and my wife. Well, you guys homeschool, you must be some kind of a cult. No, we just don't want the public school system jacking our kids up.
Yeah, it's a little messy. No, I agree with that one. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so kind of walk me through the beginnings for you. Like, do you have a moment where you as a kid, maybe you all the heads bowed and the eyes closed, raise your hand, pray this prayer after me kind of thing?
Actually, yeah, okay. I am that kid.
Okay. Okay.
So in second grade, it was a little more personal than that because she was like, hey, it was my teacher actually, because it was my first year at VCA.
Okay.
And she was like, if you want to like come over, I'll walk you through it. And I did, and that's when I accepted Jesus Christ.
Okay. In second grade?
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
So then I always ask this when I hear of such an early conversion. Is there a point in your adult life or maybe later teen life, where you feel like that became more real to you?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so I did that in second grade. I still went to the school and everything. I agreed with everything, but like I wasn't really proactive in it. I wasn't really doing much. I wasn't really reading my Bible.
As a second grader, you should have been, man. You should have been out there on the street corners evangelizing.
I know. I'm like, I should have been like, yeah, you guys, whatever, you can crucify me, just make sure it's upside down.
Yeah.
In second grade, like...
Yeah.
No, I'm not that hardcore.
Man.
Sorry, I wasn't that hardcore.
Yeah.
But anyways, so, yeah, it was just kind of like, I guess in a manner of speaking, I got my fire insurance and then I walked off. And that's what it was for the longest time. And then, but I wasn't like, I wasn't going to speak any ill of it. I was like, yeah, I'm a Christian, yeah. But like, just didn't really follow through. And about 10th grade or so is when I'm like, let's get serious with this, you know, like let's get on the train and let's go for it. So I feel like that's when I actually started picking up, and it's like, okay, we're reading the Bible daily. Okay. We're actually going to church, because I didn't go to church that whole stint.
Okay.
Yeah. So
your parents aren't churchgoers?
No.
Generally? Okay.
No. And my dad used to go when he was in school, or when he was younger. But he doesn't go anymore. He just doesn't really care for it. So, and then I don't know if my mom had really gone to church or not. I'd have to ask her.
Okay.
I'm sure she's told me. I think so. No. Yeah. Because she told me last night she got baptized. Yeah. So she's definitely gone to church.
Okay.
I just don't know how long or where.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I mean, they were never against it or anything. Like, in 10th grade, I didn't have a car yet. Like, I wasn't driving myself yet. But they would take me to church. I was like, hey, I want to go to church. Okay.
They just go drop you off.
Yeah, exactly. Drop me off, they'd go home, and then in a couple hours, they'd come pick me up.
Which is pretty cool, if you think about it. I mean, for parents that aren't churchgoers, a lot of times in that scenario, they'd be like, I'm not sticking in that place, that brainwashing place going to teach you the stuff that I don't believe or whatever. I mean, so the fact that they were open to it and saying, oh, he wants to go, we'll take you.
Yeah, no, I really respect my parents for doing that, where they were like, yeah, okay, we don't do it, but I'm not going to stop you. Yeah. And I've heard that from a few of my other family members, too. Like, that's how my uncle is, David. He's his daughters don't really go. He has 3 daughters. So
oh wow,
yeah, dang. No sons. It's
where do they live now? The twins?
They live in Orchid-ish.
Oh, they're still in the area.
Yeah. All my mom's side is like all right here. It's pretty crazy.
You think I would have bumped into these people? So maybe I did. I just didn't recognize them. They didn't recognize me. Maybe.
Yeah, I know. I wish I had some good pictures to be all here. They are.
Yeah. Oh, trip out. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, he was telling me, it was like, I'm not against any of them going to church. I just don't go myself. So I'm like, I feel like that's the general attitude of my family, is like, I'm not against it. Well, except for my great grandma, she goes to church. Okay. They're not against it. They just don't want to go. So I feel like that's the general attitude, and that's kind of where I was for a while. And then I actually started going to church, and now I like, okay, it's a thing I do. Okay. So
that's cool, man.
Yeah.
I always ask that to everybody, just because, you know, people that say, oh, I got saved when I was 4 or whatever. Yeah. And I'm not knocking that, but I mean, to me, it's got to be like, for most people, they'll say it was later. Maybe they'll call it a rededication, or they call it something to where, like, kind of their faith became their own. To where it's like, oh, I used to go to church when I was a kid because my parents went. I raised my hand because Jesus sounded like a nice guy, and I didn't want to go to the nasty hell place. So I raised my hand. I prayed the prayer, right? You know. But then sometimes later on in life, it kind of becomes more of a reality to them, to where it's like, it becomes your own faith. To where I tell my kids this all the time, because to me there can be some downfalls to raising your kids in the church.
I do see that.
Right?
I have seen that. I mean, sometimes it works out okay and works out as planned, and it's like the kid goes like pastor. He was raised in a Christian home, and he's a pastor. So it's like, cool, checks out. But then, like, I see some other things, and they, like, totally rebound, and it was that was bad. Sure. And it's just, like, it works on some kids. It doesn't work on other kids. Right. And that's just how it is.
Well, and the thing that kind of sucks about that is, like, in some of those scenarios of the second thing you mentioned where maybe a kid grows up in a church and maybe even his dad's a pastor or something, and he's, or whatever, pastor's kid, whole thing.
Yeah.
And then he's an adult, and he says, no, I don't want anything to do with any of that. I don't believe that at all. I don't even think there is a God. I'm an atheist and this kind of thing. And then the parents sometimes, or maybe the people that have known this kid his whole life say, no, I was there when you were baptized. I was there when you did your first, whatever, sacraments or communion or whatever church you're at.
Yeah, whatever church
whatever the ritual is.
Yeah.
And then they'll say, so yeah, you're a Christian. And the guy's like, no, I don't believe in Jesus. They're like, no, I saw you get baptized. It's like, no, you don't understand.
Yeah.
That's water.
Yes.
That's not the heart, right?
No.
Like it, and it's good. Baptism's great. I'm just saying, but just because you saw somebody get dunked in the water does not mean that they are definitely believers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, anyone could just go do that.
Yes.
Anyone could just.
Right.
It's really, I feel like that's like the big headlining thing is it's less about what you show to everyone. Mm-hmm. It's more about what actually goes on personally with you. Like, okay, what do you actually believe?
Right.
Like, you could say whatever.
Yeah.
But.
Well, it's that old cliche saying, it's not a religion, it's a relationship.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, that's
which
the
is
cliche,
true.
but it's true.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
and that's kind of the way that I've always viewed it, because, again, I didn't get saved till I was 24. So, I mean, and my whole life, I hated Christians. I hated all of it. I hated, even in high school, I had people trying to witness to me, and I would always argue with them, and, you know, because I've always been a skeptic. I'm still a skeptic. I still try to, you know, poke holes in my own beliefs just to see if it's
test
true.
yourself almost.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and I think that's important to do. I mean, I'll read books by atheists and that kind of thing and see, hey, maybe Christopher Hitchens is right. Maybe God's not great or whatever. You know, it's like, how do I know unless I don't read his book? You know, unless I read his book.
Yeah.
And to me, that stuff kind of solidifies my faith and my belief in that whole thing. But like for me, even after I got saved, I didn't want anything to do with church. I had been burned in youth groups, burned at churches. I thought it was all a bunch of hypocrites and, you know, this kind of thing. I was like, I don't want anything to do with these people. So it took me a while to finally start going to church.
Yeah.
So I understand that perspective from people.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I believe, but I don't want to go to church, you know. I get it, you know. I would probably say that you probably should at some point because the Bible is pretty clear about us gathering together and fellowshipping and all that.
I mean,
stuff,
like, you don't necessarily have to go to like a 10 o'clock service, brick and mortar church. Like, people have a lot of like midweek church groups, and I feel like bottom line, as long as you're gathering in a group of other Christian believers to talk about God, I think you're doing something right.
Sure.
Yeah. You don't necessarily have to be all like perfect attendance on your church records or anything, but I feel like as long as you're...
You mean God doesn't have like a star chart up there where he's like, Ryan, you missed 2 days?
I mean, like, I don't think he's like that meticulous about it. He's like, okay, I mean, I'm sure he could keep track of it, but I just don't think he... He's that interested.
So some of the fun ones that I like, I don't like camping generally. I'm not an outdoorsy person.
Okay.
But there's been a couple times where we've gone camping with friends and stuff, and we'll have a Bible study like out in nature.
Yeah, it's kind of peaceful.
That's great, dude. I think all church should be out in the forest. All churches. We should have a church out in the middle of the forest, and then there should be a big long table or whatever, some chairs outside of the church, and then we'll just go out there and have service all the time, assuming the weather's decent, you know. But it's really cool. So now as a 21-year-old who's following the Lord, do you have any like struggles with it, like as far as...
Absolutely. I feel like my biggest one right now is guilt. I feel like I had one friend actually, so he described it great. So a lot of the times we consider it to be a Christian walk, right? Right. So the idea is, if you fall over while you're taking a walk, you don't just sit in the mud. Yeah. You pick yourself back up. And I feel like that's something I struggle with a lot, where it's like, wow, I messed up. And that sucks, and I feel like a horrible person, and I feel like I almost need to distance myself from God, which is not what I should be doing.
Right.
I'm like, that is like the complete opposite reaction.
Like, you feel like you let him down, so you don't want to go near him.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I'm like, what am I going to do? Depend on you now? And it's like, man, I just, like, messed up, and it's like... So, I mean, I feel like that's, like, a big thing right now, is I'm, like, trying to get over that. It's just like, okay, you messed up, own it, take the lesson and move on.
Yeah.
You know, instead of just being like, wow, I suck, and just being like that for like a day. And then it's like, cool, you gained nothing.
Yes.
There's nothing gained from that except misery. And it's like, okay,
I think the reason we do that so much is because we try to personify God to the point that we make him human. Like, right? Like, I have a friend who's always like, dude, and this is his biggest struggle. He's like, and he just gets broken over this, and he's so distraught, and he's like, dude, I just don't understand how God can love me and how he can continue to forgive me. And I'm just such a wretched person, and how I said, dude, the reason why you don't understand is because you wouldn't do it. Yes. You couldn't keep forgiving somebody that kept wronging you. You couldn't love somebody like yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly. I get it. But God's not a human.
Exactly.
He is love. Like, he pours that out regardless of our actions, right? It's not about me trying to be perfect, or I love Ryan more. Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't.
Ryan has
you messed
perfect
up too many
attendance.
times.
You know, yeah, exactly. And I think it's hard for us to come to terms with that because we don't really know anything else. All we know is humanity. I know myself. I know you. I know this guy and that guy, and I know how humans act, and I know how I would be forgiving or not forgiving. Yeah. I'm like, dude, if the same guy is continually wronging me the same exact way over and over, and he just keeps asking for forgiveness, at some point I'm going to be like, okay, enough, dude.
Yeah.
Really? Get your act together. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? Like, how long are you going to keep doing this? But God's, I mean, I'm sure he's not happy about it. He's not going, good job, Ryan. You just keep committing the same sins over and over and ask for him. You know? And I think that ultimately, as we continue to seek him, he's going to push us in that direction to where we're hopefully going to get over those things and you know, not give in as much. But yeah, it's just it's such a hard thing for us to realize that God is not us. Thankfully.
Yes. I know. I'm like, by God's standards, I am the worst person I know. Like, that's how I feel.
Yes. Right.
It's something our pastor always says, because I feel like Christians get a bad rap for being all holier than thou type stuff, and it's like, no, like my pastor, he will be all like, I am the chief among sinners. If there's a sinner line, I am at the front. I am he's like, he's told us, because he, like, I guess he did a bunch of bad, he hasn't really gone in depth on it, but he's like done a bunch of bad things growing up, and he's all, I can't believe they let me pastor in this town. Like, this is crazy.
Right.
So, I mean, like, I feel like, that's like a testament to God more than us. It's just like, wow, it's like, I screw up so much, and he's like, we're still cool. We're still cool at the end of the day. Right. So
it's nuts.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. So what do you believe then? I'm assuming you believe that Jesus is the only way.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm there is no other way. It's a simple fact.
So then how do you answer people when they say to you, well, what about the guy who's a Buddhist, or the guy who's a Muslim, or the guy who's a Hindu, or whatever, like that, like, let's say that they grew up in India and they believe in Krishna and Ganesh and all these other ones or whatever, because their parents raised them the same way your parents brought you to church. Their parents are bringing them to the temple,
right,
teaching them that, and you're saying that if that person dies, they're going to be in hell based on a Christian belief. So how do you respond to somebody who brings that up?
I mean, that's correct. I mean, you nailed it. Like that is specifically what I believe, and it's unfortunate, you know. I mean, God doesn't want anyone to go to hell. It's just what happens, because it's like, I mean, there's so much evidence around us that it's like there's no, I mean, something else could be said, I guess, for like people who believe in at least a God, but as far as the atheist crowd is, it's like there's so much evidence. It calls to a higher power. Right. You can't just like look at it's. So I mean, being a math major, there's so much logic we go through. I mean, that's our homework at this point, is just going through logic questions basically, and like, I mean, that's what it is. There's so much logical consistency to our universe. It's like, this is not random chance. I feel like if there was random chance, something should have messed up by now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, something should be weird, and we should have noticed, hey, this doesn't line up with everything else.
Right.
You know, like, yes, there's things we can't explain. I get that. Like, I think one of the billion-dollar questions, I'm probably really wrong on this, I'm not a scientist, is like, we don't exactly understand how fluids work for some reason.
Yeah.
It's like one of those billion or million-dollar questions, and it's like, someone figure out how to explain fluids, like, consistently.
Yeah.
And we're like, I don't know.
like how they're fluid, you mean?
I think it's like how fluids act.
Oh,
something.
okay.
It's weird. I forget exactly what it is, but it's like something, and it's like, we're pretty close, but something's off.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you as far as like that being evidence for like at least bare minimum intelligent design.
Bare minimum
right?
intelligent design.
But then how do we go from that, in your opinion, from that to Christianity being the one true belief system?
It's hard.
Because it's easier for me to convince somebody that something's out there.
Yes.
Because again, use the same argument you just said when you look at everything we have. What's the probability of this happening by random chance?
Oh, it's
not good.
Astronomical.
Right.
Like,
so if we look, but the probability of it being something intelligent, whether that's space aliens or other humans before, whatever the case is, something intelligent created us and created the planet, created the universe. Right. That's kind of, I say it's easy, but there's been some people that still don't believe me on this, but it seems like an easier thing to explain to somebody and to convince somebody at least of that, through logic and reason.
Yeah.
But then once I get to that point and they say, well, yeah, but Ryan, you're not saying that. You're saying that Christianity is the truth. Christianity is the one true belief. And then if you don't have that, you're going to spend eternity in hell. Mm-hmm. I said, that's right. And they'll be like, well, how do you prove that part then?
Yeah. And that's a little harder. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's what makes it faith, and not just like, if it was fact, I don't feel like we would have as many discussions about this, because it was like, hey, we literally proved it. Mm-hmm. If it was proven right, okay, cool, we're done.
Right.
Problem solved. This is it.
Well, that would be like 100% proving.
Exactly.
I don't think we could do that with anything, right?
Yeah, it's pretty hard to prove any of this.
Yeah. But I think through looking through apologetics and that kind of stuff, you get a pretty good probability that Christianity is true.
Yeah, and I feel like one of the biggest points is Jesus is a real historical figure.
True.
Whether or not you want to believe he was the Son of God, okay, he actually exists.
Right.
So it's like, there are recorded depictions of him. So, the Bible lines up at points. And so, I feel like that. A lot of people like to break down, the Bible was written by 50 different people.
Yeah.
How is it consistent? And it's like
But don't you think that's a testament to its valid validity?
Exactly.
Because what other work could that be?
Yeah. All these people collaborated, and no one's checking each other. This isn't Wikipedia where they're like, no, you're wrong, it's actually this.
Right.
It's like everyone had their own thing, said it, and it's like, it lines up.
It's
there's no like flaws in it where it's like, okay, this guy said this one thing, and this guy said this other thing, and these do not correspond.
Right.
Like, all of it checks out.
Yeah.
So, I feel like that's the testament to, this isn't a human construction.
Correct, because people try to throw that at me as if that's a way to disprove the Bible.
Yeah.
And, you understand, you're kind of proving the Bible in that sense. Show me any other work. Show me, what if, 50 different authors would have written the Lord of the Rings trilogy? Right?
It'll be all over the place.
Right?
Yeah.
It wouldn't make any sense. The ending would be like, wait, that guy died back in chapter 2. How is he the one beating the bad guy?
Exactly.
He died. Oh, I didn't know the other writer wrote that he died. Oh, I guess I better revise it. No, you're going to have all kinds of inconsistencies,
exactly.
Right?
And because of it being so old, a lot of the time they didn't even have access to most of their stuff. So these guys are writing independent of each other.
Right.
So they got no idea what the other guy's going to say until they're all combining it, and they're like, oh, shoot.
Yes, and years and years and years apart on different parts of the country and different parts of the continent, all different walks of life.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gnarly.
Yeah, and it's like, I play video games.
Nice. As all good Americans should,
But I'll play games where there's more of a lore to it.
Yeah.
And there are 50 human collaborators. It is a human construction, and they come out with a new game and they say something, and they're like, well, hey, that conflicts with that, and they're like, shoot. So then they're like, well, those guys are wrong. And then that's just what it is, and it's like we gotta change it.
Yes.
And it's like, but the Bible doesn't.
There's no revisions.
Yeah, there's no revisions necessary, and it's complete. And
yeah, that's so awesome.
Yes.
So when you talk about evidence again, if someone was to ask you, what's your proof or what's your evidence? Again, not talking in the realm of 100% or
right. I mean,
guaranteed proven fact.
Yeah.
But just like what kinds of things would you point to show somebody that Christianity is true above, other belief systems?
Oof. It's a hard one. I feel like God's consistency is a huge test, is a huge point of evidence to him. It's like he's the same through and throughout.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's people who have been like, yeah, I relied on him, and this sucked, and it worked out in the end. You know, it's like, I thought this, there's been people who have been like, I couldn't get into this career field, and I was really sad because I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then God opened some other door, and it's like, wow, this is so much better than what I was going to do. And it's like, I feel like it points to there being a loving God, and I don't feel like many other religions have a loving God.
Sure.
So I feel like that points a lot towards Christianity, because most gods are either indifferent or actively harmful. A lot of the mythologies of old are this god literally just kills people for the fun of it.
Right.
You know?
Right. But have you ever come across somebody, I'm sure you have, because I have multiple times, that'll kind of say the opposite. They'll say, I don't believe in God because my life is this, or my life sucks, or I wanted this, and I thought my life was going this way, and I had this great job lined up, and then I didn't get it, and they gave it to this other schmuck down the street, and now I'm sitting here hardly even, so their reasons for not believing in God are the exact opposite of what you're just saying. So I guess it depends on how it plays out.
I can't remember if it was you who said it or someone else, but it was if your parents give you a bad punishment that you don't like, that doesn't just deny their existence all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's something I've said.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I was like, I just heard this from someone.
Yeah, I have said that before. Yeah, exactly. That doesn't mean, because I have family members that will tell me that I prayed and I asked God to XYZ, whatever the case may be. Or even I asked him to reveal himself to me. I asked him to make it known that he's real, because I want to believe in him. I want him to be real. And I'm asking him, I'm begging him, please show me. And he doesn't. So therefore I know that he doesn't exist. And I'm like, well, no, that doesn't mean, to me, all that means is God is not who you think he is, right? You want God to line up with the way you want things done. Yeah. And then when he doesn't do that, you're like, well, he doesn't exist then. And that's the whole point. When your parents, when you ask your parents, hey, can I go out to this concert with my friend and see, this place where there's going to be drugs and alcohol and all kind of stuff, right? And your parents say no.
For good reason.
Maybe that the kid doesn't understand. The kid's like, I'm not going to drink or do drugs. Just because it's there doesn't mean I'm going to do it. And they have all these reasons why they want to go, which I understand because I used to be that kid. But the parent still makes a decision and says no. Right? The kid is mad. The kid's angry. The kid doesn't understand. He's so man, but he's not going, my dad does not exist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's
he's not even there. He's not real. But see, the difference with that is that the kid can see his dad. To where with God is unseen. Yes. We can see the things God does sometimes, but none of us, I shouldn't say none of us, I've never seen God. I've never been like, oh, there he is right there.
Oh, cool.
It's not tangible. You know what I mean? It's spirit. How do you see a spirit? You don't, so.
Exactly. I feel like, that's what is one of the large differences, but it's I feel like there's a few verses in the Bible, I can't think of them in particular, but he's like, dude, stop asking for signs. You just kind of have to believe it, you know? So,
which translation is in that says dude? I would like to read that. That's a good one. Dude, stop looking for a
dude. I read this one translation, and it's a little more it's modern English, so it's a lot more clear. I bring it up at church because I'll read it in our little midweek group, and they're all what translation is that? Because they always use ESV or NLT, one of the big translations, right? Yeah. And I'm all, it calls itself God's Word Translation.
God's Word Translation.
That is what it calls itself.
And it's a more modernized.
Yep, it's still the same classic Bible. It's just modernized. And
why would they call it God's Word Translation?
Don't know why they call it that. But every time my friends are joking around at it because it's almost full of itself. But
yeah.
I don't know. So,
yeah, that's interesting, man.
I forgot where I was going with that.
I forgot where I was going before that. So we're both at a loss here.
Oh well.
So are there any specific things within Christianity or within the Bible? Well, first of all, I'll ask you this. Do you hold to the Bible, the whole entire thing, as being completely...
Yeah,
okay.
that's probably my biggest thing, is I'm like, the Bible before anything else.
Okay.
Like, the church has, like... I find myself to be independent of the church, but also part of the church, if that makes sense. I guess I should probably expound upon that. Like, if the church messes up and just starts going some one direction, I'm out. I'm not gonna stick around for this.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not glued to a church.
Sure.
You know, like I've been to 3 churches so far.
Okay.
So I mean, one of them I was only there for like a little bit, but like.
Boy, they must have messed up royally.
Oh no, it was just so okay. So I was out. No,
I didn't make it through a full sermon. I was out the door.
Oh man, no. I mean, so I was going to the VCA attached church because the school and church are separate entities, and the church is First Baptist. So I was going there for a little while, and then for whatever reason, I don't know, it just didn't click, or like it didn't sit right with me for some reason. No, nothing against the church. I just didn't feel like it was where I should be. Yeah. So I switched to this other Baptist church that was also in town. Okay. And then the only reason why that was so short is it's just afterwards, then I like connected with my girlfriend. She's like, hey, we're at this church. And I'm like, well, I should go. And then I liked it, so that's why I've been going there. Okay. So, there you go. Yeah, no shame against either of the first 2 churches. It's just circumstances led me to this.
There's nothing wrong with that, because God said it's not good for man to be alone. So exactly. There you go. So he led you to that church by the use of your future wife. Yeah. You know? So exactly. There it is. So so okay, so since you hold, I do as well, but I'm kind of infamously known as being so by the book that I'm almost annoying to some people sometimes. Where I'm like, you know, if it doesn't say it, I'm not going for it. I'm not going to believe it.
And that's a lot of the stuff I hold to, is I'm like, because people will just say stuff, and I'm like, where are you getting that from? Yeah. I'm like, I agree with you on the surface, but like at the same time, where are you getting that from? I don't want to just dive for it. Sure. And it's like, oh wait, where are we getting this from? So that's my big question anytime someone throws something at me, because I feel like recently a lot of people have been talking about like, well, we had a whole section on spiritual gifts, but like, and I agree with that. I feel like, yes, people do have certain, like, talents and stuff. Like, okay, they're more adept at these kind of biblical, like, actions, I guess, like serving, evangelizing, yada. But I feel like then they start talking about speaking in tongues, interpreting tongues, whatever, convulsions, they start going into, like, the bonker territory, and I'm like, I guess I would be part of the, like, cessation group, because I'm like... I mean, not to be, I mean, it's a little ironic, but I've never seen any examples of it, and so that's why I just, like, I'm so against it. I'm like, I don't know if this is, like, really, like, us. Yeah. Like, I
have seen examples of it, and, I will tell you it's crap.
Okay, you think it's
totally 100%.
Whack? Okay.
Well, and I'll tell you why. So when I told you before that when we started going to that church in Sisquoc, it was because the pastor was a Greek teacher and I was learning Greek, and the reason I did that is because because again, I'm a skeptic, I'm a cynic. I want
same way
the truth. Like, I want that, you know. And I'm reading this English Bible, and I'm like, you know, and you got 14 different translations, and some of them are saying different things. I'm like, well, how do you know which one's correct? Yeah. So my friend was telling me, he's like, oh, you need to go to the Greek because that's what it was originally written in, at least in the New Testament. So I was like, okay, cool. So I wanted to dive in because I want to know what God's word actually says, not what man's translated it to say. And I'm not knocking English translations because they're all good. Yeah. But I wanted to go that route, right? So one of the first things that... What'd you say, except what?
Pidgin. Oh. Have you heard of that? No. It's always like, okay, it's just always like because when I was growing up in school, we had these things called Bible journals, and they were like, it's like, you have to read this passage, you got to summarize it, talk about what God did in the passage, talk about how it applies to your life, yada. It was supposed to get you to like really be diving into your Bible, but most of the time it ended up just being busy work for most people. They're like, oh, it's due every Friday, and they're like Thursday or Friday morning, and they're like, getting it ready for like. They used to do it on weekends too, so it was like you had to be like on top of it if you wanted to be light work. Yeah. But thankfully, they decreased it and are like, you just have to do it every the 5 days you're at school.
Okay.
Anyways, where was I going with that? Oh, yeah. They were like, because they read out of King James Version at that school, which
like
was
old King James?
Yeah.
Like thou, thus, this, and
yes,
this,
it was rough.
Okay.
So a lot of people are like, I don't know what this is even saying. So they were like, hey, we ask you to memorize verses, you need to know them in King James Version. Okay. But if it comes down to Bible reading, you can use whatever translation. But the joke always was, don't use like Pidgin, where it's like incomprehensible and like it's the dude version of the Bible. It's been so like informalized. It's like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
It's like a certain, I think it's like a certain Hawaiian dialect or something. Okay. And it's like
there's an actual Bible that's in this translation.
Yeah. It's a real thing. It was just the laughing stock. It was
Interesting.
The laughing stock Bible.
Okay.
So I don't know. That was always the joke, is it's like, you can read basically any translation as long as it's not Catholic and as long as it's not like a Pidgin Bible.
Right. Well, I've had guys say, I know guys are like King James only.
Yeah,
they'll be like,
I'm not
the
that
NIV. Dude, don't read the NIV, whatever you do. And they say it's the nearly inspired version.
Nearly inspired.
That's what they say.
That's hilarious.
But everybody, we all have our English translations that we like better than others. And, and again, through my study of Greek, I have ones that I think are more accurately portrayed.
Yeah.
But the arguments people get into, in fact, I just had a conversation with a friend the other day, is about, I think it was Matthew 17 doesn't have a certain verse. Like in one Bible, it's gone. It literally goes from 19 to 21. And they're like, what the heck is going on? They took it out of the Bible. These translators, they don't know what they're doing, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no. It's actually very easy to understand because there's two major Greek manuscripts that we use to translate. There's a Textus Receptus.
Yep.
And there's the Nestle Aland. Okay, so the Textus Receptus is what we've used, is what the King James translators used to translate. Mm-hmm. The Nestle Aland is what the NIV people used. Mm-hmm. So they're using two completely different Greek texts.
Yeah.
Now, between those two Greek texts, there's not any major differences to where it's like, oh, this one says Jesus is not the only way to heaven, or what. It's nothing like that. It's like such minor little detail that doesn't. They're both accurate, right?
Okay, it's like someone dropped a sentence somewhere.
Yes, it doesn't even. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's not that important. But anyway, backing up a little bit to where one of the first studies that I was involved in with Greek was on spiritual gifts, and it just absolutely blew my mind. It was because I had come from a church. I was not in a charismatic church. Okay. But it wasn't a Baptist church either.
Right.
And we did have a couple times where somebody would see, but of course our pastor was encouraging this. He would always say, if anybody has a tongue to share, and then somebody get up and go, and then we'd be like, what the heck is happening? And then they get up there and say, oh, does anybody have a translation? And then somebody would try to pretend like they knew what the person was saying.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he said we all need to go to Chick-Fil-A today. Oh, crap, they're closed on Sunday. Or whatever.
We're all doomed.
Yeah, it's like stuff like that. I was like, this. Even before I started digging in, I was skeptic about it. I was like, this doesn't seem right. It seems wackadoodle to me. But I wanted to make sure I was right. So anyway, the study that I'm in, I'm learning that there's two different words, Greek words, that are translated gift in the Bible. There's charisma, which you probably charisma. That's where we get the word charisma from. And that word, it's not a gift given to you. Like if it's Christmas and I wrap up something, I say, here you go, man, here's a Christmas present for you. You open up, thanks, man, appreciate it. And you take it home with you.
Yeah.
That's a Greek word, doreia, right? That'd be me giving you this gift.
Okay.
Charisma is an expression. It's not something you give somebody. And that's the word that's translated spiritual gift. Mm-hmm. So basically what it means is anytime that God wants to do something through somebody, whether it's a healing, whether it's anything, right? Anything he does something through somebody, that's charisma. But it's not my gift.
Exactly.
I don't have the gift of healing. Oh, no. God used me to heal somebody. Now I'm going to write a book on how to heal people. No, you don't have the gift of healing. That's not in the Bible. It doesn't exist. It's anytime God uses you for something, of course we should be thankful to him and say, oh, thank you for using me for that, right?
Yeah.
So then part of that study was we started digging into tongues. Mm-hmm. And then through the Greek realizing this is a known language. It means known language. It's not an unknown spiritual gobbledygook. Like
it's someone just talking in another language. Yeah.
Yes. Well, look at the Acts chapter 2. What happens? They all get saved. It says tongues of fire were on them. And it said everybody there heard them speaking in their own language.
And I feel like that's what it's trying to point to.
Yes.
It's not like, oh, hey, people are like getting revelations from God. I feel like God has like stopped. I mean, he talks to people, but not like that.
Right.
You know, he's like, he doesn't address a whole church at a time.
Right.
I feel
right.
anymore.
He could.
He could.
I would never like say, well, he never will.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's that kind of thing was for the time, and it was for a reason.
I feel like he's completed what he had to say in the Bible, and then as needed, a little patchwork.
Right.
Like not patchwork, I guess that sounds bad, but like, you know, just like, oh, hey, here's like a more specific guidance right here. And it's like, it lines with everything else. It's just more specific.
Well, because when all that stuff was happening, we did not have the completed Word of God. We didn't have Genesis to Revelation.
Yeah,
right?
and that's why people were like, that's why God was a lot more active, I feel.
Sure. In that direct way. Yes.
Yes. But I mean, like, still very active.
But to say, like, I wouldn't go as far as like a cessationist to say, like, well, John MacArthur would say that those gifts are never used. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, maybe I wouldn't say I might say they're never used, at least seemingly. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
But I also wouldn't say he never could. Because, like, if you and I
but fair enough.
were like missionaries and we were praying about it and the Lord said, all right, you guys, I want you to go to Czechoslovakia, which I don't think exists anymore, the Czech Republic. And we go there, and neither one of us speak that language.
Yeah.
Like, let's say we don't speak that at all. And then we're there and we're talking to people, and all of a sudden I'm talking to them, and what I'm hearing out of my own mouth is English. Mm-hmm. And then we walk away, and you say, dude, I didn't know you knew Czech. And I'd be like, what are you talking about? I was just speaking. He goes, no, dude, you were speaking to them in their language. That's biblical tongues. Okay. It has a purpose.
I can see that.
Do you see the purpose behind it?
Yes, I see that.
What is the purpose behind somebody standing in church and going,
yeah.
Well, who does that help? Nobody.
No, yeah. And on the other side, they talk about interpretation. They use that as like the crutch to it. It's like, okay, yeah, they're speaking out in the language, but we have these interpreters, right?
Right.
And I mean, one, you're not always, I don't feel like you're always going to have an interpreter.
Right. No.
But two, then that lines up with people talking in their own languages and us trying to get something out of that. And it's
as if God can't just speak to you the way he can, right?
Yeah.
But so here's another little piece that's going to probably blow your mind too. That word for interpret does not mean translate in Greek. It means explain. So again, Acts chapter 2, it says Peter got up and gave an interpretation. But did he translate the language? No, because they all heard it in their own language. They didn't need a translator.
Right.
But what did he do? He explained. He says, these men are not drunk.
Yeah.
It's the whatever hour of the day. He's like, no, this is exactly what the prophet Joel said would happen in Joel chapter whatever. And he explains to them what's happening. He wasn't translating because it doesn't need translation. It's a known language.
Right.
So it just doesn't.
It's like you're going straight to it. So.
But a lot of churches today, modern day churches, they treat it as translation. Okay, someone has just got up and said a bunch of gobbledygook. Now someone needs to use their spiritual mastermind and figure out what they said and tell us what it means in English. Translate it into English.
Go decode this.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
What?
Yes. Yeah. So it's just it really upsets me when I hear that kind of stuff, especially when pastors encourage it, because now you got these people like, oh, I have the gift of tongues. I'm important. Look at me. Listen to me. Blah 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 blah. It's check you out.
I feel like that's the main goal with how God works is he's not trying to make these humans exemplary.
Yes.
It's just trying to be all, hey, I did this thing through this guy.
Right.
You're just a tool at the end of the day.
Yes.
You're a pathway.
Right. God doesn't need us.
No.
That's the thing we need to realize.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't. Oh, God, I got to do God's work. God does not need you for nothing.
No.
He could kill all of the humans in the human race and his will would still be done.
Yep.
You know, what's it say?
The rocks will
cry out.
Yeah, it's like if no one's going to praise it, get the rocks to do it.
Right. Yes. And it's a blessing and a privilege to be used by the Lord.
Exactly.
But we are not necessary.
No.
You know, so it's kind of arrogant of us to think that.
Yeah.
You know, that's why, like I said, these people that write these books, you know, yes, I have the gift of prophecy. Let me tell you, I'm a prophet, and I'm gonna. So it's like, whatever, dude.
Yeah. I don't know. This is like an older clip, But it was like one of these churches, and this guy had the gift of healing. Like, I think it was like the pastor or whatever.
Okay.
And they brought this lady up, and they said that one hand was shorter than the other. So the lady's over here like this, and the pastor's like waving it on, and then you just see the hands just like inch up, so then they line up, and they're like the same length now, and it's like, whoa! Yeah. And it's like, okay, this is
and
stupid.
Non-believers can see right through that garbage. That's what I mean. And then the Christianity becomes a laughingstock.
Yeah.
Because of garbage like that.
Stop making a poor example of us, guys. Like, we're trying our hardest over here, and you're messing it all up.
Yeah, it's so bad, dude. Oh, my gosh.
And then, like, oh, gosh, all the people. I feel someone giving $12,000.
Yeah, right? So I can buy my private jet, and I can go out. It's like, oh, my gosh.
No.
Yeah, it's bad, dude. So bad. All right, man. We're about there. Is there anything you want to throw in before we close? You want to bless us with some kind of wisdom statement or something?
I wish I could. I don't have anything good to say.
You'll think of it later.
Oh, I'm sure I will. It's always hindsight's 2020, right?
Yes, it is.
Man, why didn't I?
Yeah, that's the story of my life. That's why I try to write stuff down, but even then I forget.
Yeah.
All right, well, cool, man. Well, that was fun.
Cool,
appreciate it.
Yeah,
that was a good time.
Blast. I love this.
Good. Yeah, it's fun stuff, dude.
Good.
I always have a good time doing these.
Thank you so much for checking out this podcast. To reach me, you can email me at whycan'twetalkaboutthat@proton.me. Until next time.
Hey, man, I just pick what I think is a cool thing you said.
Yeah, and I like that because, like, I was looking, and it seems like you pick, like, a standout quote for, like, your episodes.
For what do you mean? For the title?
Yeah, the title.
I do.
Yeah, and so I'm like, I wonder, like, what mine might end up being, like, looking like later.
Yes.
So
that's always fun for me. I usually have, like, as I listen through and I hear something, I'll jot it down.
Yeah.
Jot it down. And then sometimes it's hard. Because I'll get to the end and it's like, oh, it could be any of those. Like I have 3 or 4 really good ones and I have to make a decision. Other times it's like, nope, that's the one. That's definitely the one. That one outshines all the other ones. And sometimes it's like, I don't got nothing. So I've done episodes where like, I don't know. And I'll just put something like, oh, what do we talk about? Like, okay, it's, whatever. But it's usually something that the guest will say that I think, oh, that sounds kind of cool. You know?